Chapter 716. Yes, it's indeed a new thing, but only we can drink it ourselves. At most, we can give it to others. We definitely won't sell it. Just like her tea, it was a good thing, but people in this era didn't know about it. Naturally, they wouldn't spend money to buy it. This green plum wine was the same. They could drink it themselves. That's true. Haha, Yinner, then take me to brew some for my Eru to drink later. Zhao Yinner nodded. The two of them were busy with breakfast together. Mulan took Zhao Yin to the mountain to find the green plums. This time, she directly picked a large basket of green plums, which was enough for them to brew a lot of wine. The green plums were picked by Mulan. It was the first time that Zhao Yin saw Mulan climb a tree. She quickly slipped up the tree. Although she wasn't as good as Chen Erwa, she wasn't far behind. Zhao Yin saw that Mulan had this ability and couldn't help but sigh. Sister-in-law Mulan, you're so good. How did you learn to climb trees? Mulan smiled indifferently. What's the big deal? Children in the countryside all know how to climb trees. When I was young, I climbed trees more. Now that I'm older, my body is not as good as before. Haha. Come Yinner, catch. Mulan picked the green plums and threw them down. Zhao Yinner caught them with the basket. After a while, she picked a large basket of them. The two of them carried the basket back to the village. On the way they met Zhang Cui. Zhang Cui came out of the bushes. Her clothes were a little messy and she was tidying up her clothes. Zhao Yin caught a glimpse of the kiss marks on Zhang Cui's neck and knew what Zhang Cui did just now. This woman just went to the grave today. It was such a solemn day, but she came to have an affair in the afternoon. How could there be such a shameless woman? Zhang Cui didn't expect to bump into Zhao Yin and Mulan on the mountain in the afternoon. She wasn't sure if they had seen her. He cleared his throat and asked, "What a coincidence, you're here too." "Yes, Auntie. I don't know why Auntie came to the mountain this afternoon. It's easy for others to misunderstand that you're here for some shady business." Zhang Cui's face immediately turned red. She glared at Zhao Yin angrily. "You little girl. What are you talking about? Who's doing something shameful? I just lost my earring when I went up the mountain today. I'm just looking for it now." How could Zhao Yin believe Zhang Cui's nonsense? The corners of her mouth curled up as she said, "Auntie, you're really interesting. I was just saying it casually. Why did you have to explain it so clearly?" Zhang Cui looked at Zhao Yin. She didn't know if Zhao Yin saw something or if she said it on purpose. However, she looked at Mulan, who was at the side. Her expression was normal, so she probably didn't see anything. "Zhao Yin, you little girl, watch your words. What will others say about me if they hear it?" "Really?" Zhang Cui rolled her eyes at Zhao Yin and shouted, "There's no one else here. How could it be heard? Could it be that Auntie is hiding someone?" Zhao Yin's mouth curled up into a smile. Zhang Cui glanced at the bushes and felt even more guilty. "How could it be?" Zhang Cui quickly said. "Then it's fine." Zhao Yin's mouth curled up. Zhang Cui tidied her clothes. "I'm not going to talk nonsense with you guys anymore. I'm leaving." Chapter 717. After Zhang Cui left, Mulan leaned over to Zhao Yin's ear and whispered, "Yin, why do I feel like she's acting weird? She's sneaking around like she's doing something shameful." Zhao Yin smiled. "Sister-in-law Mulan, she's doing something shameful." "Ah. Yin, how did you know?" Zhao Yin told Mulan about how she caught Zhang Cui having an affair with another man. Mulan heard and sighed. Sigh, how can she be like this? Cripple Chun treats her well, and the whole family treats her like an ancestor. She actually... Zhao Yin sneered. Wasn't this normal? There were too many heartless people in the world, and it wasn't like there weren't any B***cheese like Zhang Cui. It was just that this kind of B***tch wasn't punished by the heavens. Sister-in-law Mulan, we don't have to care so much about other people's affairs. We just have to be ourselves. Mulan nodded. I know Yin. The two of them went down the mountain together, and went to Zhao Yin's house to prepare the green plum wine. When they arrived at Zhao Yin's house, Zhao Ping was in her house. Zhao Yin came over and scolded. "Zhao Ping, what are you doing in my house?" Zhao Yin'er looked at the furnishings in her house. They seemed to have been rummaged through. This woman didn't come to her house to steal things, right? I didn't do anything. Zhao Ping'er pursed her lips. She didn't dare to look at Zhao Yin'er and seemed a little guilty. Nothing? Of course nothing. Mother asked me to tell you to come over for dinner tonight. I know. Zhao Yin'er responded. Seeing Zhao Yin'er carrying a basket with some green plums in it, Zhao Ping'er came over and licked her lips greedily. She said to Zhao Yin'er, what fruit is this? I want to eat it too. Before Zhao Yin'er agreed, Zhao Ping'er reached over, grabbed a bunch of green plums, and stuffed one into her mouth. Pei, Zhao Ping'er frowned in pain and quickly spat out the green plum in her mouth. She threw the rest of the plums in her hand. It's so sour, so sour. Zhao Ping'er muttered and even spat out a few mouthfuls of saliva, making Zhao Yin'er feel disgusted. Zhao Ping'er complained to Zhao Yin'er, this sour thing is so sour. Why did you bring it back? My teeth are aching because of it. Zhao Yin'er's mouth twitched. Why do you care what I just came back for? Did I let you eat it? Ha, you deserve it if it hurts your teeth. Who asked you to be so greedy? I can't stop you. Zhao Ping'er couldn't win against Zhao Yin'er in words and couldn't win against Zhao Yin'er. She could only swallow her anger. I'm not going to lower myself to your level. You brought all this junk home. Those who don't know would think that our family is poor. With that, she angrily rushed out of Zhao Yin'er's house. Watching Zhao Ping'er run away, Mulan shook her head. Yin'er, your sister is really interesting. Don't worry about her. Anyway, she'll be getting married in a few days. That's good. Sigh, otherwise, it'll be troublesome to keep such a person at home. Yes. So even if she had to pay for it, she had to marry Zhao Ping'er off. At least, she wouldn't have to worry about her in the future. Chapter 7:18. Yin'er, the plums are clean. What do we do now? Mulan asked. Boil some water in the pot first. Zhao Yin'er said. Okay. As they spoke, the two of them entered the kitchen. Mulan was in charge of starting the fire, while Zhao Yin'er was on the stove. She opened the pot and put some water in. When the water boiled, she added a small spoonful of salt. Then she poured the plums into the pot and continued to boil them on high heat. After about 5 seconds, she took them out and drained them. Yin'er, you still need to boil them? Yes. I really can't think of it. Ah. Zhao Yin'er scooped up the green plum and put it aside, waiting for it to drain. Then, Zhao Yin'er took out a jar from the house. It was the one used to hold wine. She washed it with clean water and wiped the water stains inside with a rag. Then she put the drained plums into the jar. Zhao Yin'er took out some rock sugar from the kitchen and put it into the jar. Then she poured white wine into it and sealed the jar. Yin'er, is it done? Mulan asked. Yes. It doesn't look troublesome. It's just like soaking medicinal wine. Put the herbs in place and add some white wine. Zhao Yin'er chuckled. That's more or less it. Although it's a little simple, it seems that no one has thought of it. Yes. You can drink it after soaking it for a while. Although this plum wine looks simple, it's quite effective. What's the effect? It's very effective. It can produce saliva, stop coughing, and tighten the lungs. It can also treat dysentery, enteritis, and diarrhea. By the way, the most important thing is for women to drink more. It can help them lose weight, refresh themselves, and prevent aging. Mulan found Zhao Yin'er's explanation a little mysterious. Yin'er, this thing is actually so good? If people know about it, won't they be able to sell it for a good price? They might not believe it. Even if they do, they'll definitely know what to do after some research. Therefore, let's keep this green plum wine for ourselves. Then Yin'er, how much longer will it take for us to drink? At least 3 months. Haha, it's still early. There's no rush. Yeah. Zhao Yin'er said as she placed the sealed jar in the corner of the room. Yin'er, if there's nothing else, I'll go back first. Mulan got up and said goodbye. Seeing that the sky was getting dark, she had to go back and prepare dinner for the children. Okay, sister-in-law Mulan, take care when you go back. After Zhao Yin'er finished dealing with the things in the house, she went to the third branch. Now that Daodu and Mu Lianfeng weren't around, it was boring for her to eat alone at home. She could just go to the third branch's place and have a simple meal. Old Zhao's family also began to prepare dinner. The third branch didn't eat with Old Zhao's family for dinner. When Zhao Yun'er went over, there was little smoke coming from the chimney of Old Zhao's house. The women were cooking in the kitchen. Zhao Wensheng sat in the corner, staring at the sky in a daze. Zhao Yun'er walked over. "Fifth uncle, what are you thinking about?" Zhao Wensheng was stunned. "No, nothing. Fifth uncle, don't hide anything from me. I know. You must be thinking about that aunt in town, right?" Zhao Wensheng looked a little embarrassed when Zhao Yun'er guessed it. "Yun'er, don't let your grandfather and grandmother know, or there will be trouble." Chapter 719. Zhao Wensheng sighed. "Yun'er, there are some things that you don't understand. It's not as simple as you think. Fifth uncle, since you're afraid that my grandfather and grandmother won't agree, why don't we just do it? Even if they object, it's useless." This. Zhao Wensheng frowned and looked a little shy. How could a man like him do such a thing? If others found out, he would be scolded to death. "Fifth uncle, if you get that aunt pregnant, you have to be responsible for her. If grandfather and grandmother don't let you marry her, her family will definitely come and make trouble. If you don't marry her, they will arrest you and send you to the authorities, or make us pay a large sum of money. My grandfather and grandmother aren't people who don't know what's important." At this time, they will still nod their heads and agree. Zhao Yun'er began to give ideas. This idea was a little extreme, but Zhao Wensheng could only do it. Otherwise, with old Zhao's thoughts, it would be more difficult than ascending to heaven to get them to agree to marry a woman like Jin Suizhuan. Zhao Wensheng was silent for a moment. He couldn't do such a thing. He hadn't been with Jin Chuiying yet. How could he do that with her? "Fifth uncle, I've told you the idea. You can make the decision yourself. Don't regret it when the time comes." Zhao Wensheng sighed. "Oh, I know, Yun'er. I will think about what you said." "Okay. Yun'er, thank you for worrying about me." Zhao Yun'er chuckled. "Fifth uncle, you don't have to be so polite with me." Zhao Yun'er turned and went to the kitchen of the third branch. Liang Jinxiao had already prepared the dishes and was waiting to fry them. "Mother, let me do it." Zhao Yun'er came over and handed the spatula in Liang Jinxiao's hand. "Okay, you do it. Your cooking is better than mother's." Liang Jinxiao sensibly stepped aside. The dishes Liang Jinxiao prepared included pig intestines, meat slices, scrambled eggs, shepherd's purse, and shredded potatoes. Looking at these dishes, not to mention the ancient times, even in the 21st century, such dishes were considered sumptuous. Zhao Yun'er bought a lot of pig intestines yesterday and brought them back. She didn't eat them, so she left some for today. Her family liked it and it was cheap, so she didn't feel reluctant when she bought it. It was difficult to clean it. Seeing that Zhao Yun'er was cooking, Zhao Ping'er also came over. Usually, she had never seen her figure. "Zhao Yun'er, what are you doing here for? You are standing aside and hindering me." Zhao Yun'er glanced at Zhao Ping'er and said with some disgust, "I'm not blocking anything, so why are you in the way?" "Mother, look at Zhao Yun'er." Zhao Ping'er looked at Liang Jinxiao bitterly. "I don't usually see you sticking your head out. Why are you here today?" Zhao Yun'er asked. She was curious. "What's wrong with me coming over? Can't I come over?" Zhao Ping'er pursed her lips. "I just want to learn how to cook. Brother Yuan told me that you're good at cooking. If I learn how to cook, Brother Yuan will definitely praise me in the future. It's said that to capture a man's heart, one must first capture his stomach. I understand this logic." Chapter 720. Liang Jinxiao followed up and said, "Ping, learning to cook is a good thing. She's already a grown-up lady. When she marries into her husband's family, she'll definitely have to help with the cooking." "And that's true." Zhao Yun'er nodded. "Ping follow behind Yun'er and learn well. If you can cook well, your husband's family will be happy and treat you better." Zhao Ping'er nodded heavily. "Got it, Mom." Liang Jinxiao then exhorted earnestly, "Ping'er, when you're at your husband's family, you can't be like how you are at home. You have to be more diligent, understand? Don't let others dislike you. Qin Yuan is a good child. You have to cherish him well. Zhao Ping nodded repeatedly and responded, Got it, Mom. I'll definitely be diligent. For big brother Yuan, I'll also be diligent. That's good. Liang Jinxiao heaved a sigh of relief. Zhao Ping was still considered very obedient in front of Qin Yuan, although she wasn't at home. Sometimes it was just like that. A woman's family was really different from her husband's family. Zhao Yin first stir-fried a few vegetable dishes before finally starting to stir-fry the pig intestines. Seeing that Zhao Yin was stir-frying the pig intestines, Zhao Ping's eyes were fixed on her very seriously. Zhao Yin, it looks like you're stir-frying it quite easily. Zhao Ping muttered. Zhao Yin snorted lightly. Come on, give it a try. Some things look easy, but it's hard to do. Zhao Ping pursed her lips with a look of disdain. Zhao Yin curled her lips and couldn't be bothered with Zhao Ping anymore. This woman was incredibly arrogant and conceited. Very quickly, Zhao Yin finished cooking and called Zhao Wensheng over to eat together. It wasn't easy for her fifth uncle to come back, so she had to entertain him. The two brothers drank a few cups together. Zhao Wensheng casually chatted with Zhao Wenhua for a while, and his mood improved a lot. That's how people are. When you're sad, you'll feel much better with someone to drink and chat with. At the dinner table, Zhao Ping smiled and said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, I also want to do business. I want to set up a stall like Yin. Can you lend me some money? I need capital to do business. As soon as Zhao Ping finished speaking, Liang Jinxiao said in a low voice, Ping what kind of business are you doing? Where are you going to do business? Mother, of course I'm going to do business in Yang City. Like Yin, I'm going to sell food. If Yin can make money, I can make money too. Can you lend me some money? When I make money, I'll repay you more. Liang Jinxiao's frown deepened. If Zhao Yin had said this, it would have been fine. However, she felt that Zhao Ping was unreliable. She said to Zhao Ping earnestly, Ping, this isn't a matter of money. It's just that business isn't as easy as you think it is. It's also not as easy to make money as you think. Zhao Ping was a little displeased. Mother, seriously. Why can't I do it? Didn't Zhao Yin make money too? Mother, you're just biased. You don't believe me, but you can't bear to fork out money either. Liang Jinxiao was a little tired. She really didn't know how to tell Zhao Ping. Ping, it's not that I don't believe you, but you can't even cook well at home. How can you sell food? Who would eat the food you make? Chapter 721. But Liang Jinxiao wanted to say something but was interrupted by Zhao Ping. Mother, I beg you to lend it to me. I beg you. Sigh. Liang Jinxiao sighed heavily. He felt helpless because of Zhao Ping. Why would a young lass like her want to learn how to do business for no reason? She was really hot-headed and did whatever she wanted to do. Zhao Wenhua also tried to persuade her. Ping girl, your mother is right. Earning money is not as easy as you think. If you really earn money like this, it'll be fine. What if you lose money? You'll have to spend a lot of money at once, right? Our family needs a lot of money these days. Hearing her parents talk about her like that, Zhao Ping became even angrier. Why was everyone in her family like this? If Zhao Yin said that, her parents would raise both hands in agreement. Father, mother, I said that I will earn money, so I will definitely earn money. Why are you like this? Isn't it just a few taels of silver? If you really don't lend it to me, then I'll find someone else to borrow it. Zhao Ping snorted. Ping, why are you so stubborn? Zhao Wenhua's face darkened and looked a little serious. Yes, you're a girl. Who can you find to borrow a few taels of silver? Who will lend it to you? Liang Jinxiao asked. Hearing Zhao Ping's words, he felt that Zhao Ping was really too immature. How could she do business like this? If I can't find someone like that, then I'll go borrow from a loan shark. Anyway, as long as I earn money, I can afford to pay it back. Zhao Ping raised her head, looking confident and proud. Ping, you can't borrow from a loan shark. Liang Jinxiao was scared and hurriedly said. There were people in the village who had borrowed from loan sharks, but the interest was too high. Moreover, it was often compounded, so it was called rolling on donkeys. Many people who had borrowed from loan sharks ended up with their families ruined. They had to sell their children to pay back the money. Those loan sharks had connections behind them. If they couldn't pay back the money, they had many ways to torture them. If Xiaoping was involved in this, when the loan sharks came back to ask for money, wouldn't they have to sell Xiaoping? Although an ugly woman like Xiaoping couldn't be sold, the loan sharks would definitely force her and Zhao Wenhua to pay back the money. If that was the case, then she would borrow the money. Zhao Yin listened quietly at the side, and the corners of her mouth evoked a cold smile. She wanted to know what Xiaoping was up to, compared to Liang Jinxiao. Zhao Wenhua said angrily, "You wretched girl, if you dare to borrow money from a loan shark, I'll break your legs and then kick you out of the house. Don't acknowledge me as your father." "Mother, if you don't lend me money, then I can only borrow money from a loan shark, right?" Xiaoping looked a little wronged after being yelled at by Zhao Wenhua. Liang Jinxiao hurriedly pulled Zhao Wenhua. "All right, Ping's father, don't be so angry. You're scaring the child." He then turned to Ping and said gently, "Ping mother, can I ask why you want to do business? Our family is doing well now. We don't need you to earn money." Chapter 722. After Xiaoping finished speaking, she continued, "Also, mother, I still have to marry big brother Yuan later. His family is so poor, and the dowry you gave is only so much. In order for me to live a good life in the future, I definitely have to earn money." Hearing Xiaoping say this, Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Wenhua looked at each other. After hearing Xiaoping's reason, there was indeed nothing much to say about her. This child actually still wanted to let her in-laws live a good life. Her intentions were good, and she was more sensible than before. Ping, but doing business is really not easy. First, you have to be hardworking, and then you have to have culinary skills. Otherwise, who will eat the food you make? After saying this, Xiaoping originally did not want to say it. However, in order to convince Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Wenhua, she said, "Mother, I don't have to cook. Xiaofeng can do it. When the time comes, he will be the chef, and I will help him. The two of us will do it together." "Xiaofeng, that lass?" "Yes, mother. Xiaofeng's culinary skills are also good. Furthermore, she can make a special dish that will definitely attract people to come over and eat." Seeing that Xiaoping was unusually confident, Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Wenhua also believed her a little. "Father, mother, don't you want to see me earn money and live a good life in the future? When the time comes, I don't have to come back and ask you for help, right? Otherwise, big brother Yuan's family is so poor." When Zhao Yin'er heard this, she finally understood some things. She was wondering why Xiaoping thought of this out of the blue. It turned out that Ma Xiaofeng was secretly stirring up trouble. Zhao Yin was a woman who was easier to fool. She would probably believe whatever Wang Xiaofeng said. What a fool! With her intelligence, she probably would not even know that she had been betrayed. Without waiting for Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Wenhua to speak, Zhao Yin'er asked, "Sister Ping, when you do business with Xiaofeng, will Xiaofeng fork out the money? Or do you want to put in the capital first?" Hearing Zhao Yin'er's question, Xiaoping stuttered. "Xiaofeng's family doesn't have money, so I'm the only one who can pay for it. Besides, it's fine if I pay for it." Zhao Yin'er sneered. It was fine. This silly woman was trying to show how magnanimous she was. "Sister Ping, you're wrong. Don't tell me you're rich." I don't have money either, but my parents do. Father, mother, lend me some." Zhao Yin'er snorted. "Sister Ping, you're really interesting. You don't want others to pay you, but you want to do business with them, and then you want to borrow money from your parents. Should I say that you're stupid, or that you're stupid?" Hearing Zhao Yin'er's sarcasm, Zhao Ping'er jumped out angrily. "Zhao Yin'er, what do you mean? Why do you care so much? It's not like I borrowed your money." Meddling in other people's business. Liang Jinxiao hurriedly mediated. "Ping'er, you can't say that. If it weren't for Yin'er, where would mother get the money to earn money?" "That's right, Ping'er, you can't say that about your little sister Yin'er," Zhao Wenhua also hurriedly said. Zhao Ping'er only felt that her parents' hearts were completely on Zhao Yun'er's side. Mother, Xiaofeng really doesn't have money, but both of us want to do business. Although I paid for it first, Xiaofeng's skills are good, and I don't have to do so much work. Moreover, Xiaofeng told me that I'll get 60% of the money, and she'll get 40%. Mother, if we really earn money, isn't it still worth it? Liang Jinxiao didn't know what to say. Chapter 723. Ma Xiaofeng's plan was well thought out. In this way, Zhao Ping'er would benefit from it, but what if she lost money? If she lost money, it would be Zhao Ping'er's money. In addition, if the two of them started a business and made money, then Ma Xiaofeng would have the conditions to discuss how to split the money, or use the money to open her own stall and kick Zhao Ping'er out. What could Zhao Ping'er do? Of course, Zhao Ping'er's pig brain would not think of this, and she trusted Ma Xiaofeng very much. Mother, I'm begging you, just lend it to me. Xiaofeng, and I don't need to rent such a big stall, just give me 2 or 3 taels of silver as capital. Zhao Ping, or what if you lose money and can't pay it back? Zhao Yun'er asked directly. So you won't pay it back? Don't talk about you, even I can't guarantee that I can make money. Where did your confidence come from? Yes, Ping'er, Yun'er is right, let's talk about this later. After all, it's not very reliable. If you really want to do business, then go to Yun'er's stall to help. We just happen to be short of people. The 3 of us are a bit too busy. Zhao Ping'er very disdainfully snorted. I don't want to go. If I go, I won't be paid. There won't be any benefits. Why should I help? All right, mother, don't talk to her. She's just doing it on a whim. She can't take any hardship, or rather, she's just lazy. Do you still believe that she can do business diligently? Zhao Yun'er said lightly. Liang Jinxiao thought about it and agreed. Her Ping'er was indeed someone who couldn't bear hardships. Mother, don't say any more, Ping'er. Mother will be angry if you say any more. Zhao Ping'er angrily stomped her feet. This was all Zhao Yun'er's fault. If Zhao Yun'er didn't stir things up, she would probably be able to persuade her parents. Speaking of which, she was stupid. She shouldn't have told Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Wenhua about this when Zhao Yun'er was here. Zhao Yun'er just couldn't bear to see him do well. Zhao Yun'er went back to the 3rd room and went to bed early alone. Suddenly, the house felt a lot emptier without Daodu and Mu Lianfeng. Fortunately, Mu Lianfeng was prepared to bring Daodu back tomorrow. She just had to wait for another day. The next morning, Zhao Yun'er went to Yang City to set up her stall. Yili came over early as usual. He sat at Zhao Yun'er's stall and started eating. He didn't forget to ask Zhao Yun'er about the situation. How's the effect of this ointment? Yili asked. He was afraid that Miracle Dr. Hua gave a fake medicine. If Miracle Dr. Hua gave a fake medicine, he would go back and teach that old man a lesson. It's pretty good, the scar has faded a lot. Zhao Yun'er said honestly. No wonder Miracle Dr. Hua was called Miracle Dr. Hua. The ointment he gave was indeed effective. Zhao Yun'er had only applied it for 2 days, but she could feel the scar disappearing at a visible speed. Her skin was also much smoother and fairer. It would be good if it was used to beautify one's face. Yili heaved a sigh of relief. That's good. I thought that old man was bluffing. But if he dares to bluff me, he won't have it easy. Hearing Yili's words, Zhao Yun'er couldn't help but laugh. Miracle Dr. Hua was pitiful to meet such a violent man. Chapter 724. Miracle Dr. Hua is a great doctor. I didn't expect that he would be bullied by you. Zhao Yun'er said with a smile. It was probably the first time that Miracle Dr. Hua was so aggrieved. Usually, it was others who begged Miracle Dr. Hua, so he was very arrogant. No one dared to be arrogant in front of him. This time, he was defeated by Yili. Yili didn't take it seriously. The old man didn't know what was good for him. If he had given you the medicine earlier, how could he have been punched by me? Zhao Yun'er chuckled. It was the first time that she saw such an overbearing and unreasonable person. But she felt that Yili was a little cute. Yesterday, when she went to Miracle Dr. Hua cried and said that Zhao Yun'er had to be responsible for him. He was beaten because of Zhao Yun'er. Seeing Miracle Dr. Hua's pitiful appearance, Zhao Yun'er promised him that she would send some delicious food to him later. Then Miracle Dr. Hua was happy like a child. He forgot that he was beaten for a while. Okay. You are right. You are a little cutie. Everything you say is right. Zhao Yun'er said to Yili with a smile. Yili didn't understand what Zhao Yun'er meant by little cutie. The stall continued to be opened. The business was getting better and better. There were many customers. Girls and women who were attracted by Yili's appearance came in batches. With so many customers, Zhao Yun'er, Mulan and Liang Jinxiao could handle it in the beginning. But now they were almost overwhelmed. If they could recruit a reliable helper to help them, they wouldn't be so flustered and exhausted. For the recruitment, Zhao Yun'er did not have a suitable candidate in her heart. She only trusted a few people. Liang Jinxiao said to Zhao Yun'er, why don't you ask Ping to come and help tomorrow? Although Ping can't help much, one more person is always useful. Zhao Yun'er shook her head. Forget it, mother. Sister Ping won't come for nothing. I guess I have to pay her a good salary before she is willing to do it. Since I have to pay her, I can spend less money to hire someone who is more agile. Oh, that's true, Liang Jinxiao sighed. If she let Zhao Ping help for nothing, that girl would definitely not be willing to do it. But Yun'er wouldn't be willing to spend money to hire her. Yun'er, we're so busy every day. If we really can't do it, we can spend money to hire someone to come over. Anyway, there are many people in our village, and many of them are good at work. Liang Jinxiao suggested. Mulan also said, yes, Yun'er, why don't we spend money to hire someone to come over? In fact, we can't pay much money a month. We only need to work in the morning, and it won't delay much. I'm afraid many women in the village will be willing to come over. After all, it's not easy for women to have a chance to earn money. Hearing Mulan and her mother's words, she thought that it was really tiring for her to work with the two of them. Earning money was one thing, but she couldn't torture her body. So she said, okay, then let's hire another person. How much should we pay her a month? Not too much. It's fine as long as she thinks it's worth it. I think 500 copper coins a month is enough. Let her come over with us. Who wouldn't be willing to earn half a kilogram of meat a day? Mulan said. Chapter 725. Liang Jinxiao added, 500 copper coins is good enough. Many people are willing to do it. When the time comes, we can talk to her about it. If she's diligent, we can consider the situation and increase her salary. Zhao Yun'er readily agreed. All right then, we'll do as mother and sister-in-law Mulan say. Yes. But mother, sister-in-law Mulan, who do you think is more suitable in our village? Or rather, who do you think is more reliable? At this point, Mulan and Liang Jinxiao were silent for a moment. They began to think of the more reliable people in their minds. They did not know most of the people in the village very well. They only had casual acquaintances, so they were not sure who was the most reliable. I think they're all about the same. Yeah, Yun'er, I think they're all about the same. It's fine as long as they're suitable. We don't have to be so picky, right? Zhao Yun'er smiled. It was not that she was picky, but Zhao Yun'er would be worried if unreliable people came over. Let's look for more and ask around in the village. If the people we recruit don't work, we'll return them, Mulan said. Zhao Yun'er thought that was the only way. Okay. When it was close to 8 o'clock, the stall was busy and almost could not handle the guests. At this time, Ma Xiaofeng actually came. She did not say anything and went straight to Zhao Yun'er's stall to offer to help them. Sister Yun'er, auntie, let me help you. You're so busy. As she spoke, she turned around and went to the table to clean up the debris, bowls and chopsticks on the table. Liang Jinxiao hurriedly said, "A little Feng, why are you here? Put it down, put it down. I can do it. I don't need your help." Ma Xiaofeng also hurriedly said, "It's okay, auntie. I know how to do these chores." "Little Feng girl, I didn't say that you don't know how to do it. It's just that it's better for me to do this tiring job. Auntie, there are a lot of guests. You should hurry up and entertain them. I'll help to clean up the table. Anyway, I'm free now." Seeing that the guest was urging him, Liang Jinxiao sighed and hurried to entertain the guest. Yunner, look at Xiaofeng's girl. Liang Jinxiao winked at Zhao Yunner. Zhao Yun glanced at Ma Xiaofeng and saw that she had neatly cleaned up her table, so that the guests could sit down properly. Mother, don't worry about her. If she wants to help, just let her help. Zhao Yunner said faintly. Sigh, I don't know why this girl would want to help out at our stall. Liang Jinxiao frowned and pondered for a moment. I don't know. Zhao Yunner shook her head and couldn't figure it out. This Ma Xiaofeng had a lot of thoughts. Who knew what she was up to? After seeing Ma Xiaofeng being so diligent, Mulan whispered to Zhao Yunner's ear. Yunner, actually, I think Ma Xiaofeng is not bad. If you get a woman to come over, she definitely won't be as busy as she is. Moreover, her family isn't having an easy time. Zhao Yunner knew that Mulan was probably overflowing with sympathy and sympathizing with Ma Xiaofeng. Even if she comes to help for free, I don't care. Mulan was a little puzzled. Yunner, why is that? It's a long story, but I definitely won't use her. Zhao Yunner said firmly. Chapter 726. When it was past 8:30, there were fewer customers and Zhao Yunner and the other two could spare some free time. Ma Xiaofeng was already panting from tidying up these things. Seeing Zhao Yunner looking over, Ma Xiaofeng wiped the tears on her forehead and smiled at Zhao Yunner. Little sister Xiaofeng, why are you in such a good mood to come over and help my family today? Zhao Yunner asked with a smile, but her voice couldn't help but be faint, without much emotion. Big sister Yunner, I went to the town to sell vegetables today. I sold half of them and earned a few copper coins. I was going to your stall to buy 2 vegetable buns to eat. Seeing that your family is so busy, I thought it would be better to lend a hand and come over to help. Ma Xiaofeng explained. Zhao Yunner caught a glimpse of Ma Xiaofeng's basket that still had half of the vegetables left, so she said to Ma Xiaofeng, that's really delaying little sister Xiaofeng's work. Little sister Xiaofeng should sell the rest of the vegetables. In any case, you can earn more money. Ma Xiaofeng waved her hand. It's okay, big sister Yunner. I can earn a little money by selling vegetables. You're the one who can earn a lot of money by setting up a stall. Little sister Xiaofeng, what you said is wrong. You're the one who can earn money by selling vegetables. Why do you, an outsider, worry about me earning more money? You'd better leave quickly. It's still early. At this time, the rest of the vegetables will definitely be sold out. Being urged by Zhao Yunner like this, if she stayed, it would seem that she wasn't tactful. Ma Xiaofeng bit her lips unwillingly and said to Zhao Yunner, then big sister Yunner, I'll go sell vegetables first. If your stall continues to be busy like this, it's okay to let me come over and help. I'll be happy if I can help you and Auntie. Zhao Yunner's lips curled into an indifferent smile. Got it, little sister Xiaofeng. As Ma Xiaofeng spoke, she took her basket and left. After a few more bushes, Zhao Yunner began to prepare to close the stall. When they reached home, Zhao Yunner had nothing to do in the afternoon, so she waited for Mu Lianfeng and Daodu to come home. But after waiting for a long time, Zhao Yunner frowned and couldn't help but feel anxious. Before Mu Lianfeng left, he had told her that he would return to Shuilan village today. What was the matter that delayed him? Zhao Yunner wondered if it was because Mu Lianfeng and Daodu had finally returned and matriarch Mu missed them too much, so she asked the father and son to return later. But if that really was the case, Mu Lianfeng should have sent her a letter earlier. Wasn't he afraid that she would worry? Zhao Yunner had been vexed for quite a while because of the matter of waiting for Daodu and Mu Lianfeng to return. She planned to go to Yang City tomorrow and ask around for information. In the dead of night, there was no sound in the surroundings. Suddenly, there was a knock on Zhao Yunner's door. Zhao Yunner woke up from her sleep and frowned rather cautiously. Who is it? Zhao Yunner called out to the door. Madam, it's me. Open the door. It was Mo Yan's voice. There was a bit of anxiety in his voice. Zhao Yun hurriedly climbed down from the bed and opened the door of the house. As soon as she opened the door, she saw Mo Yan supporting someone in. Mu Lianfeng? What was wrong with him? Zhao Yunner's heart clenched. She asked Mo Yan, what's wrong? Madam Master. What's wrong with your master? Madam, master has been poisoned. Mo Yan sighed. Chapter 727. Zhao Yun'er asked, "What's going on?" Mo Yan's face sank as well. She began to explain to Zhao Yun'er that Mu Lianfeng and Daodu had been intercepted on their way back to the village. That group of people was skilled in martial arts. Even if he and Mu Lianfeng were alone, they would not be able to deal with them. Moreover, there were so many of them. There were 20 to 30 of them. The two of them would not be able to retaliate against these experts. These people were about to capture Mu Lianfeng and take Mu Lianfeng and Daodu away. But Mo Yan and a few of her subordinates chased after them desperately. In the end, they risked their lives to save Mu Lianfeng, but Mu Lianfeng was struck by an arrow as well. The arrowhead had been smeared with poison, which poisoned Mu Lianfeng. Zhao Yun'er frowned very deeply. Just who had they offended? Why did they attack Mu Lianfeng for no reason? Only after hearing Mo Yan's explanation did Zhao Yun'er notice that there was an arrowhead on Mu Lianfeng's shoulder. The shaft had been snapped off, and the arrowhead was buried in his clothes, so it was rather difficult to discover. However, there was a sliver of blood on his shoulder. It was probably due to the poison, as the blood was black. Mu Lianfeng's lips were jet black as well. His face was pale white, and he was extremely weak. If the poison could not be cured, Mu Lianfeng's life would probably be in danger. Zhao Yun'er's heart clenched. No matter how capable she was, she did not know everything. She did not know how to cure poisons. As a result, she said to Mo Yan, "Mo Yan, you should have sent your master back to the crown prince's estate. Aren't you just wasting time by sending him to me?" Mo Yan had no idea what to say when it came to this. The reason why he sent Mu Lianfeng to Zhao Yun'er was because Mu Lianfeng mumbled Zhao Yun'er's name before he fell asleep. Secondly, in the chaos, Daodu had been taken away by those people. Mo Yan understood how important Daodu was to Mu Lianfeng and Zhao Yun'er. He could not absolve himself from the blame for not being able to save Daodu. "What's wrong?" Zhao Yun'er asked. She had a bad premonition. "Madam, I'll tell you so you can be mentally prepared." Zhao Yun'er's eyebrows twitched and she said, "It's fine. Go ahead." "Madam, actually what?" "Actually, even if Master was sent back to the Crown Prince's residence, it would be useless. He has never been poisoned like this before. The doctors in Yang City and the Crown Prince's residence don't know what to do and probably can't cure him. And Madam, the young Master has been taken away by those people. Mo Yan is useless, so please blame me." As Mo Yan said that, she knelt before Zhao Yun'er and said to Zhao Yun'er. She lowered her head, not daring to meet Zhao Yun'er's eyes. Zhao Yun'er's mind was immediately dumbfounded. Her mind blanked out for a moment before her lips trembled. She asked, "What did you say? Daodu has been taken away?" "Yes, madam." "How?" Zhao Yun'er found it rather hard to believe, or in other words, she refused to accept this reality. If Mo Yan was telling the truth, wouldn't Daodu be in great danger right now? However, the problem was that she still had no idea who had taken away Daodu. How was she supposed to get Daodu back? Zhao Yun'er immediately collapsed onto the ground. Mo Yan immediately supported Zhao Yun'er when she saw this. She continued to speak to Zhao Yun'er. "Madam, Mo Yan is useless. Please punish Mo Yan. Let alone Zhao Yun'er. Once his master woke up, he would definitely blame him for not saving Daodu." Chapter 728. Mo Yan still had her own selfish motives. She made up her mind to save Mu Lianfeng first. This was because Mu Lianfeng was her master. With him around, she could take care of the situation. If even Mu Lianfeng was gone, what was the point of her subordinates existing? Zhao Yun'er glanced at Mo Yan. How could she blame her? No one wanted something like this to happen. She could not force Mo Yan to save her Daodu. It was already difficult enough to save Mu Lianfeng. As a result, she said to Mo Yan, "You don't have to blame yourself. I won't blame you." "Thank you, madam." Even though Zhao Yun'er had said that, Mo Yan still felt extremely guilty. He glanced at Zhao Yun'er was already extremely calm. If she were a regular woman, she would have panicked right now. Mo Yen, let's hurry up and save your master, then find out who kidnapped Daodu. Zhao Yun'er calmed down and said to Mo Yen. There was no point in panicking right now. It was better to think about how to deal with the current situation. All right, madam. I will investigate the people who kidnapped the young master. But what about master's poison? If it's not cured in time, his life will probably be in danger. Zhao Yun'er thought about it. The poison that the general doctor can't cure, who can cure it? Zhao Yun'er thought about it. She could only go to Divine Dr. Hua and try. Divine Dr. Hua was not a regular doctor. Perhaps he could cure the poison. If she did not try, there was no other way. She could not just let Mu Lianfeng lie here and let him die from the poison. Mo Yen, come with me to Yang City. I'll find a divine doctor. Perhaps he can cure your master's poison. Mo Yen replied in a hurry. All right, madam. With that, Zhao Yun'er went to the wooden hut and brought Xiao Mao out. In the middle of the night, Xiao Mao was also dozing off. Zhao Yun'er patted Xiao Mao and said to Xiao Mao, something big has happened. Today, please make a trip in the middle of the night. It's so dark, you must not go to the wrong place. Hearing Zhao Yun'er's words, Xiao Mao immediately became spirited and barked at Zhao Yun'er. Mo Yen helped Mu Lianfeng onto the carriage. She asked Zhao Yun'er, Madam, it's so late at night, and we can't even see the road. Can this donkey pull us? Will the car crash? Don't worry, it's not an ordinary donkey. It can remember the way. I believe it can run well even at night. Zhao Yun'er's words were heard by Xiao Mao. Xiao Mao barked twice, as if responding to Zhao Yun'er. Mo Yen looked at Zhao Yun'er before looking at the donkey. She had no idea why Zhao Yun'er was so confident in a donkey. Get on the carriage. Let's go take a look. Yes. Mo Yen got on the carriage in a hurry as well. To Mo Yan's surprise, Xiao Mao really was so capable. Even with only the faint moonlight, it was still able to run extremely steadily. Mo Yen asked Zhao Yun'er in surprise, Madam, can it see the road with its eyes? How can it run so well? Zhao Yun'er shook her head. I don't know. I think it's because it's run on this road so many times that it has developed a feeling for it. Maybe it can run with its eyes closed. Mo Yen nodded. I see. Madam, your donkey really is impressive. Even my horse can't run back in the middle of the night. Chapter 729. Xiao Mao continued to bray proudly. Mo Yen clicked her tongue in amazement. She had really underestimated donkeys in the past. Some donkeys were even more powerful than horses. If he had a donkey like Zhao Yun'er's, he wouldn't have to carry Mu Lianfeng all the way to Zhao Yun'er's place. Zhao Yun'er asked about Mu Lianfeng's situation on the way. No one would come to kidnap Mu Lianfeng and Daodu for no reason. They were probably enemies of Mu Lianfeng. In the imperial court, the one who wants to make a move on master the most is the prime minister. However, the people from yesterday clearly aren't from the government. The people from the government aren't that skilled. They seem more like people from the Jianghu. There were Jianghu in ancient times as well. It was similar to what Zhao Yun'er had read in Wuxia novels. As long as the Jianghu people didn't break the law, the imperial court wouldn't interfere. Sometimes, the organizations in the Jianghu were even more powerful than the imperial court. This was because there were many capable people in the Jianghu. There were also many people who were skilled in martial arts. Most of the time, even the imperial court didn't want to offend the organizations in the Jianghu. Zhao Yun'er frowned when she heard that. She felt even more complicated. If they wanted to save Daodu, it would probably be even more difficult. Could it be that the prime minister's people found those people from the Jianghu and made a move on your master and Daodu? Zhao Yun'er guessed. Mo Yen nodded. Madam, that's not impossible. Zhao Yun'er sighed. It's over now. It looks like if we want to save Daodu. Mo Yen comforted her. Madam, don't worry too much. Mo Yen will definitely do her best to save the young master. Zhao Yun'er could only nod. What else could she do? After a while, they finally arrived at Divine Dr. Hua's place. Zhao Yun'er knocked on Divine Dr. Hua's door and yelled at his courtyard in the middle of the night. If Miracle Dr. Hua hadn't recognized Zhao Yun'er's voice, he probably wouldn't have bothered to take a look. Seeing Zhao Yuner walking over, Miracle Dr. Hua asked, "Last Yuner, what are you doing here? Why did you come to my house in the middle of the night? Are you not going to let me sleep?" As Miracle Dr. Hua spoke, he yawned, looking tired. Zhao Yuner said apologetically, "Miracle Dr. Hua, I didn't want to disturb you at this hour, but I had no choice. Divine Physician Hua, my husband has been poisoned. If we don't treat him in time, he might not make it." When Zhao Yuner said that, Miracle Dr. Hua noticed that there was someone behind Zhao Yuner. He frowned and said to Zhao Yuner, "Hurry up and bring him in." If it was someone else, Miracle Dr. Hua wouldn't have bothered. He finally got along well with Zhao Yuner, so he would definitely help Zhao Yuner. "Mo Yen, hurry up and bring your master in," Zhao Yuner instructed. Mo Yen quickly responded and carried Mu Lianfeng into Miracle Dr. Hua's room. Miracle Dr. Hua chuckled. "Xiao Wu, come out quickly." Xiao Wu heard Miracle Dr. Hua's voice and hurriedly got up. "Master, what's the matter so late at night?" As he said that, he yawned like Miracle Dr. Hua. "I'm here to treat someone," Miracle Dr. Hua replied. Xiao Wu opened his mouth in surprise. "Ah, Master, didn't you say that you don't treat people at night?" "No, you haven't treated many people during the day. Today is special. Yuner is here." Speaking of Zhao Yuner, the medicine boy understood. "So that's how it is." Chapter 730. Miss Yuner was different. Miss Yuner could bring over many delicious foods. Her master could not resist the temptation of Zhao Yuner's cooking. "Oh, Master, let's hurry up. Bring me my medicine box." "Got it, Master." After the apprentice responded, he hurriedly got to work. Mo Yen placed Mu Lianfeng on a soft couch. Divine Dr. Hua walked over and began to examine Mu Lianfeng. After examining Mu Lianfeng, Divine Dr. Hua's frown deepened. Zhao Yuner's heart had been tense the entire time. Seeing Divine Dr. Hua's reaction, she could not help but ask, "Divine Dr. Hua, have you never seen this poison before? Is it incurable?" Divine Dr. Hua sighed. "It's not that I don't recognize this poison, but it is indeed a little troublesome to treat." "Why do you say that?" "If I'm not wrong, he should be suffering from the 7 purities poison. This poison was refined by a senior brother of mine. He's the only one who has the antidote," Divine Dr. Hua said. Zhao Yuner's heart immediately turned cold when she heard Divine Dr. Hua's words. "Divine Dr. Hua, does that mean there's no cure for this poison?" Mo Yan's brows were also furrowed. She was worried for Mu Lianfeng. If Mu Lianfeng really could not be cured, what should she do? Divine Dr. Hua waved his hand. Don't worry. Even if I can't cure him, can't the person who made the poison do it? I'll concoct a medicine for him now. It should be able to suppress the poison in his body for half a month. You can seize this half a month's time to ask for the antidote. Once you get it, you can just feed it to him." Zhao Yuner knew that this was the best Divine Dr. Hua could do. Suppressing the poison for half a month was indeed enough time for her to treat him. But where could he get the antidote? Seeing Zhao Yuner's worry, Miracle Dr. Hua said, "Last Yuner, my senior brother should be living out his retirement in Red Jade Villa. He is good friends with the Villa Lord of Red Jade Villa, and has been living there for a few years. He hasn't gone anywhere else. Therefore, Zhao Yuner could go to Red Jade Villa now." Mo Yen had heard of the Red Jade Mountain Village before. It was a relatively large organization in the Jianghu. It was located at the foot of Mount Qing, and was a day's journey away from Yang City. Mo Yen said to Zhao Yuner, "Madam, the young master might have been taken there. It's good to go and take a look." Zhao Yuner also thought the same in her heart. Based on this detailed deduction, it should be those people from Red Jade Villa. Even if she couldn't get the antidote, she could ask about Daodu's whereabouts. If possible, he would rescue Daodu. Miracle Dr. Hua, I wonder if your senior brother will give me the antidote if I go? Zhao Yuner asked rather worriedly. How about this? Little girl Yuner, I'll give you a keepsake. When he sees this keepsake, he should give it to you for my sake. With that, Miracle Dr. Hua took out a medallion. There were patterns engraved on it that Zhao Yuner did not recognize. Zhao Yuner accepted it and thanked him. Thank you, Miracle Dr. Hua. If you really want to thank me, then send more delicious food over in the future. Zhao Yuner nodded in a hurry. Of course, Miracle Dr. Hua. Don't worry, I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. That's good. Just leave your husband with me. Hurry up and go to Red Jade Villa. Don't miss the time. Zhao Yuner replied in a hurry. Then I'll be troubling you, Miracle Dr. Hua. Chapter 731. Zhao Yuner quickly shut her mouth. She knew that Divine Dr. Hua didn't pay attention to these things with her mouth. Later on, she really had to do what Divine Dr. Hua said and send more delicious food over. It was better than any skill with her mouth. Zhao Yuner and Mo Yin put down Mu Lianfeng and left. Although they were in a hurry, they were not in a hurry. It was inconvenient at night. Zhao Yuner was worried that Xiao Mao would be exhausted, so she planned to ride a horse to the Red Jade Manor. After returning, Zhao Yuner and Mo Yin quickly got some rest. Early in the morning, they went to Liang Jinxiao and gave him some instructions. Afterwards, they hurried to the Red Jade Manor with Mo Yin. Within the Red Jade Manor, the large manor was reflected in the forest. It was quiet and peaceful, like a paradise. Flowers bloomed beautifully in the manor. There were a few petals scattered on the ground. A woman in plain white clothes said to a middle-aged man, "Husband, I heard that a child was brought back from the Red Jade Manor yesterday." This woman was the wife of the manor lord, Shen Yueqing. The middle-aged man was the manor lord, Li Batian. Li Batian replied, "Yes, madam. We did bring a child to the manor." "Who is this child? Why did you bring a child back for no reason? You even locked a 3-year-old child up in the room. That's just too cruel." She had only found out today after being locked up for a night. She hurriedly told the servants to take good care of the child. It wasn't that she was kind-hearted, but she truly liked children. She only had one child in her life, and it was with great difficulty. Now that the child was not in front of her, she felt an irresistible sense of intimacy when she saw the child. Li Batian sighed. "Madam, that child should be the heir's child. Although I'm not very sure, they look similar." "So what? An adult's business is an adult's business. Tell me, why did you drag a child into this? Is it really good to treat a child like this?" "Madam, I agreed to help the Prime Minister imprison the heir. We didn't catch him, but his child is in our hands. At least we have a condition for negotiation, right? Not to mention that we have to do what we promised. We also owe the Prime Minister a favor." Li Batian frowned and sighed. "That won't do. Batian, our Red Jade Manor has its own principles. When did we use a child as a condition for negotiation? Let's send the child back. Such a small child is so pitiful. How worried will his parents be if he leaves them?" Shen Yueqing put herself in the other's shoes and felt more sympathy for them. The child's mother was probably very worried. There was once when her went missing for half a day. She almost went crazy and searched the entire mountain villa before finally finding Shen Yueqing didn't want to experience it again when she recalled her feelings at that time. After disappearing for a day, the child's mother must have gone crazy from anxiety. Chapter 732. Do whatever you want. It's because of your character that you sent Yi away. Shen Yueqing got up and left after throwing out this sentence. Li Batian sighed as he watched Shen Yueqing leave. His wife was like that. She couldn't understand his unspeakable difficulties. However, Li Batian's eyes darkened when Shen Yueqing mentioned his year. He had been away from the villa for so long. He didn't know how he was doing. It was the first time the child had been away for so long. The people outside the villa were unpredictable. How could he deal with them? However, it was good to let that kid suffer a little. Otherwise, that kid wouldn't know the immensity of heaven and earth and wouldn't know the rules. He had to know that the outside world was difficult, so that he would miss the good things at home. After Shen Yueqing and Li Batian were done talking, she went to Daoda's place. Daoda was the child that Shen Yueqing was talking about. She pushed the door open and saw Daoda curled up on the small bed. His little body was trembling, and his knees were buried between his legs. Dowdu became even more nervous when he heard the door open. He lifted his little face from between his legs and stole a glance at Shen Yueqing. Shen Yueqing's heart ached when she saw Dowdu in this state. She comforted Dowdu gently. "Don't be afraid, child. I won't hurt you." Shen Yueqing walked up to Dowdu and touched Dowdu's little face with her large palm. Dowdu shrank back. Sigh. Shen Yueqing sighed softly. She could understand why Dowdu was so afraid of her. After all, he was just a child. How could he not be afraid when he left his parents and came to an unfamiliar environment? "Child, believe me. I'm different from those bad people. I really won't hurt you. Here, I brought you something to eat. Hurry up and eat it," Shen Yueqing said as she took out the pastries in her hand and handed them to Lil Pi. Dowdu smelled the aroma of the pastries. Plus, he was hungry, so he couldn't help but take a few more glances. He couldn't help but swallow his saliva. "Eat, it's fine. You must be hungry, right?" Shen Yueqing said softly. Perhaps it was because Shen Yueqing's voice was too gentle, or perhaps it was because Dowdu was too hungry, but he couldn't hold it in any longer. He carefully reached out his hand and grabbed a piece to chew on. Shen Yueqing continued. "Child, if you like to eat it, then eat it all. I still have a lot here. I'll bring you more when you're done." Dowdu caught a glimpse of the gentle smile on Shen Yueqing's face. Coupled with Shen Yueqing's dainty appearance, he became much closer to Shen Yueqing. Looking at this aunt, she didn't seem like a bad person. So he asked Shen Yueqing, "Are you a bad person like them?" They captured Dowdu. As Dowdu spoke, his little face looked a little aggrieved, and his mouth twitched. "Do I look like a bad person to you?" Shen Yueqing asked with a smile. Dowdu glanced at Shen Yueqing and shook his head. "You don't. Then it's fine." Shen Yueqing touched Dowdu's smooth little face. She really liked this pink and tender child. If only such an adorable child was her son or grandson. Her Yi, or was already at the age of marriage. When would she give birth to such a cute child for her? Chapter 733. Dowdu finished the plate of pastries, which showed that Dowdu was indeed hungry. Thus, Shen Yueqing sent someone to the kitchen to make some food. Since he was hungry, he couldn't just eat pastries. He had to eat rice. After a while, the kitchen sent over the dishes. They were all very sumptuous. There were roasted chicken pieces, soy sauce duck, braised fish, steamed fish, and egg soup. The fragrant smell stimulated Dowdu's taste buds. When he saw the sumptuous dishes on the table, Dowdu couldn't help but swallow his saliva. "You must be hungry. Come and eat," Shen Yueqing said. She beckoned Dowdu over and asked Dowdu to eat at the table. Towards Shen Yueqing, Dowdu slowly let down the guard in her heart. In response to Shen Yueqing's words, she sat at the table and began to eat. There were so many delicious dishes. Dowdu had never eaten such a sumptuous meal even at the Air Mansion. He didn't know if it was because he was hungry, but the smell was unusually fragrant. Shen Yueqing served Dowdu at the side, as if she was serving her own child. She was gentle and patient. Dowdu couldn't help but get closer to Shen Yueqing. He felt that Shen Yueqing was indeed different from the others here. Although he was young, he had his own judgment on some things. He knew better than anyone how others treated him. Shen Yueqing's gentle gaze fell on Dowdu. She said to Dowdu, "You said that your name is Dowdu?" Dowdu was gnawing on a drumstick when he responded. Shen Yueqing smiled. "What a cute name." "Yes, Dowdu, eat slowly. There are still a lot of dishes on the table. No one will snatch them from you. There's no hurry," Shen Yueqing persuaded. She was afraid that Dowdu would choke if he ate too quickly. That wouldn't be good. After Shen Yueqing finished speaking, Dowdu's movements suddenly paused. He didn't continue to eat. Shen Yueqing asked, "Dowdu, what's wrong? Why are you suddenly not eating?" Dowdu's eyes darkened as he said to Shen Yueqing, "Dowdu just misses mother." "You miss your mother?" "Okay." Dowdu nodded. Looking at Dowdu's aggrieved look, Shen Yueqing felt extremely distressed, but she didn't know what to say. She could only say to Dowdu, "Dowdu, it's okay. You can stay with Auntie for a few days. Your mother will come to pick you up later." Although she had lied to Dowdu, Shen Yueqing couldn't find any other way to comfort Dowdu. "Really? Lil Pi raised her head and asked expectantly. Yes, of course it's true. Shen Yueqing said softly. That's fine. Daoda's mood improved a lot. Shen Yueqing urged him again. Daoda, keep eating. Okay. Daoda nodded heavily. A sliver of bitterness appeared on Shen Yueqing's lips when she saw how Daoda was behaving. She sighed gently inside. She had no idea what to do. On the other side, Zhao Yun'er and Mo Yin hurried to the Red Jade Mountain Villa without stopping. Qing City was not very far away. Zhao Yun'er rejoiced over this place. If it were too far away, how would she have the time to go back and get the antidote back? After traveling for an entire morning, Zhao Yun'er felt like her body was about to fall apart. When Mo Yin saw this, she asked with some heartache, My wife, let's rest. We don't have to be in such a rush, right? Chapter 734. Even if she did not need to rest, Mo Yin still needed to rest. As a woman, she was not hungry after not eating for so long. However, as a man, Mo Yin used up his energy very quickly. He should be hungry right now. Resting for a bit would not take up too much time. Zhao Yun'er nodded. All right then. Let's rest. All right, Zhao Yun'er nodded. The two of them stopped by the side of the road and took out their canteens of water. They drank some water and ate some food. Madam, are you tired? Mo Yin asked. I'm fine, Zhao Yun'er said. She no longer felt like her body was hers, so she could not care about how tired she was. All she wanted to do was reach the Red Jade Mountain Villa earlier, save Daoda earlier, and obtain the antidote for Mu Lianfeng earlier. She did not want to think about anything else. As long as she could endure it, it did not matter if she was a little tired. Sigh. Mo Yin looked at Zhao Yun'er and felt rather touched. It was just far too difficult for his madam to do so much for his master. If Zhao Yun'er could obtain the antidote this time, it would be equivalent to his master's life. That way, the old madam should be able to agree to his master and the madam being together, right? He had to properly report everything that Zhao Yun'er had done to the old madam so that she could beautify Zhao Yun'er. After resting for a while, Mo Yin felt like she had not even warmed up from her seat when Zhao Yun'er urged her to move. Let's go. Let's continue on our way. Mo Yin could only agree. Even a weak woman like Zhao Yun'er was working so hard, so he could not drag her down as a man. All right, madam. Let's go. All right. The two of them mounted their horses in a handsome manner. They raised their whips and continued off in the direction of the Red Jade Mountain Villa. It was already night time when they arrived at the villa. Zhao Yun'er and Mu Lianfeng had overlooked an important issue, which was that even if they came to the villa, it would be very difficult for them to enter. This was because the villa was heavily guarded. They would not let people in easily. Madam, what should we do now? Although we're here now, it's useless if we don't go in. We won't be able to learn anything from inside. We can't just stand outside the villa and wait for the people inside to come, right? Mo Yin muttered to Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er glanced at Mo Yin indifferently and said, I'm here. What's the rush? Madam, have you thought of an idea? Mo Yan's eyes lit up. Zhao Yun'er nodded. Yeah, I can't count on you, so I have to do it. This person was already at the entrance of Red Jade Villa. If he didn't go in, then wouldn't everything he did today be in vain? Madam, it's good that you've thought of it. Madam, you're still the best. Mo Yin hurriedly flattered. Zhao Yun'er replied, Well, let's not talk about this anymore. Let's go and try. It's more important to sneak into the villa first. Zhao Yun'er pulled Mo Yin to the entrance of the Red Jade Villa. She suddenly grabbed Mo Yan's arm intimately, causing Mo Yin to shudder uncontrollably. Mo Yin looked at Zhao Yun'er in some surprise. She did not understand what Zhao Yun'er was trying to do, so she asked nervously, Madam, what are we doing? Holding my arm like this isn't very appropriate. This was the first time he had been so close to a woman. If it was someone else, he would have said something, but this was Zhao Yun'er. Chapter 735. Zhao Yun'er whispered into Mo Yan's ear. Just cooperate with me later. Do as I say, got it? Mo Yin nodded in a hurry. She was afraid that Zhao Yun would be implicated if she let her guard down. Understood, madam. All right. Zhao Yun pulled Mo Yin to the Red Jade Manor. She saw the guard at the entrance and said to him, "Brother, my husband and I are passing by in a hurry. Seeing that it's late and there's no place for us to rest, we don't see any restaurants or inns in the surroundings either. Can we stay in the manor for the night? My husband isn't feeling too well right now. He's cold and hungry." When Mo Yin heard Zhao Yun refer to him as husband, she felt like her heart was about to jump out. If Master were to find out about this, wouldn't he skin him alive? With her understanding of Mu Lianfeng, if Mu Lianfeng knew about this, he would probably have 100 ways to torture her to death with jealousy. Thinking up to there, Mo Yin felt a wave of fear. She could not help but clench her butthole a little. Sigh. He could only hope that the madam would not mention this to his master in the future, or he might not even be able to keep his life. The guard glanced at Zhao Yun. He saw that Zhao Yun was dressed like a farmer's wife. There was nothing abnormal about her. The Red Jade Manor had its rules. If passers-by encountered any problems, they would help them as much as possible. They had also considered the problem of passers-by staying the night, so they had even specially built a few rooms for passers-by. As a result, she said to Zhao Yun and Mo Yin, "Come in with me, the two of you." Yes, yes. Zhao Yun and Mo Yin both replied in a hurry. Mo Yin felt a sliver of admiration for Zhao Yun. Madam, you really are amazing. I never thought that your method would actually work." Zhao Yun curled her lips. "I was only trying. It means that the heavens are on our side." "Yeah, madam, you are right." The guard led the two of them to a courtyard with many rooms. However, the guards felt that Zhao Yun and Mo Yin were husband and wife, so they only arranged for one room. "Young lady, young master, since you've moved in, you can only move around on this piece of land. Don't go anywhere else, understand?" "Got it. Thank you, little brother. Don't worry, we definitely won't run around." The guard said, "That's good. Since you've been on the road for a whole day, go and rest." "Thank you for your concern." "Yes." After the guard finished giving his instructions, he left. Mo Yin pushed open the door and entered the room. She asked, "Madam, now that we've snuck in, should we look around?" Zhao Yun shook her head. "It's so late at night. How can we find him? Where are we going to find them?" After all, it was inconvenient in the dark. Coupled with the fact that the Red Jade Mountain village was different from other places, there were people on duty at night. If they barged in recklessly, they would not know what to do if they were caught. Most importantly, the mountain village was just too large. If they could not see the road in the middle of the night, they might end up losing their way as they searched. "But madam, if we don't do anything tonight, we'll have to leave tomorrow. How will we have the time to look around?" Mo Yin voiced her worries. The two of them were only lodging, and it was only for a night. They could not just shamelessly stick around during the day, right? Chapter 736. Zhao Yun said extremely calmly, "Madam, how is it simple?" Mo Yin asked. She became even more curious. "When tomorrow comes, just say that you're not feeling well and refuse to leave. You won't kick us out, right?" Mo Yin nodded. "Madam, that's all we can do. Madam, you're still the best. You have so many ideas." Zhao Yun glanced at Mo Yin. She sure had a sweet tongue. The two of them were extremely exhausted from the journey, so Zhao Yun told Mo Yin to sleep early. Only when they had a good rest would they have the energy to deal with matters the next day. Mo Yin began to feel troubled when sleep was mentioned. She asked Zhao Yun, "Madam, are we going to sleep in the same room?" Mo Yin asked rather carefully. She seemed very conflicted. Zhao Yun nodded and replied, "Yeah, you've only arranged one room for us. What else can we do? Are you telling me to sleep outside?" Mo Yin waved her hand in a hurry and said to Zhao Yun, "I wouldn't dare, madam. That's not what I meant. It's just what?" Zhao Yun raised an eyebrow indifferently. "It's just that, madam. If my master finds out that we're alone together, he'll definitely skin me alive." Mo Yin lowered her head as she said that. She seemed very worried and troubled. Her ears even reddened. She was rather embarrassed. Zhao Yun'er chuckled gently and curled her lips. She said to Mo Yin, "We're not doing anything, so what are you afraid of? People who don't know might even think that you're hiding something. Come, I'll give you a blanket on the bed. Put a stool together and sleep on the side." Zhao Yun'er carried over a blanket from the bed and passed it to Mo Yin. Mo Yin accepted it and did as Zhao Yun'er said. She was still worried that Mu Lianfeng would find out. Mu Lianfeng probably would not care so much. He would deal with her first, therefore. He rested for a night with some trepidation. Zhao Yun'er was in a hurry, and her body was exhausted. She fell into a deep sleep after lying on the bed. The next morning, the two of them ate breakfast in the Red Jade Villa before Mo Yin began to feign illness. Zhao Yun'er pitifully begged the steward of Red Jade Villa, "Uncle, I beg you. My husband is not feeling well. If we hurry, we don't know what will happen. Can you stay here and wait for my husband to get better before we leave?" The steward looked at Zhao Yun'er's pitiful pleading eyes and nodded. "Wait a moment, I'll go ask my wife." The guests who stayed in Red Jade Villa would not stay for too long. If they really stayed, they would have to report to their master. "Thank you, uncle. Thank you for your hard work." "It's all right. Miss, take care of your husband and rest well." After the steward left, Zhao Yun'er asked Mo Yin in doubt, "The people of Red Jade Villa don't seem like bad people, so why?" Mo Yin shook her head. "I don't know either. My wife, no one knows about this. Maybe they have their reasons." Zhao Yun'er sighed. "Perhaps. It's fine as long as they don't bully my Daodu." "Yeah. The young master will definitely be fine." Mo Yin comforted her. Chapter 737. Zhao Yun'er thanked him in a hurry. "Thank you, uncle." "Thank you, madam." The person in charge waved his hand. "It's fine. My madam is kind. You're just lucky to have encountered her." Yes. Listening to the steward's words, Zhao Yun'er was curious about what kind of person the madam of Red Jade Villa was. If she was a good person, she probably wouldn't be too cruel to a child like Daodu, right? Even though that was the case, Zhao Yun'er still felt rather worried. Without a single person by Daodu's side, would Daodu cry out of fear? Zhao Yun'er stopped thinking about this. The more she thought about it, the more irritated she felt. She needed to find Daodu as soon as possible, and have Daodu by her side. Only then would she be at ease. After the person in charge left, Zhao Yun'er and Mo Yin strolled around the Red Jade Manor. Fortunately, the people of the manor did not restrict their freedom. The manor was very large. The two of them searched for quite some time, but they failed to find a single clue about Daodu's whereabouts. Somewhere in the manor, Shen Yueqing clutched her chest as she breathed heavily. Her complexion was very ugly. Li Batian arrived before Shen Yueqing and asked, "Madam, how are you? Are you all right? Do you feel very uncomfortable? I've sent someone to get you some medicine. You should feel better after drinking it." Shen Yueqing immediately frowned when she heard about drinking medicine. She said to Li Batian, "Husband, I don't want to drink medicine." "How can you not drink medicine? You'll feel very uncomfortable. Aren't you just trying to make me worry?" Li Batian became stern. He looked at Shen Yueqing and felt both helpless and pained. "It's so bitter. I don't want to drink it." Shen Yueqing still shook her head. "You are be good. Good medicine is bitter, so no matter how bitter it is, you still have to drink it. You'll feel much better after drinking it." Li Batian coaxed Shen Yueqing like he was coaxing a child. Shen Yueqing breathed heavily again and shook her head again. "I don't want to drink it. I don't want to drink it. No matter how uncomfortable it is, I still don't want to drink it." Sigh. Li Batian sighed heavily. Even coaxing a child to drink medicine wouldn't be like this. Actually you can eat sweets after drinking it, and it won't be so bitter. But if he didn't take the medicine, it would really be very serious. "My heart aches when I see you in pain." Li Batian frowned. "If I drink it, I'll vomit and feel uncomfortable." Shen Yueqing frowned and had difficulty breathing. Li Batian hurriedly said, "All right, madam, don't talk anymore. Hurry and rest." If he continued to speak, Shen Yueqing would probably feel even worse. He looked at his wife. She had been suffering from this illness for many years. It was not that he had never prescribed her medicine, but every time he prescribed her medicine, she either refused to drink it or threw it away. She never drank it obediently. If it was someone else, it would be fine, but it was his wife. He probably couldn't hit or scold her, and he didn't even dare to say a harsh word to her. Li Batian was really worried about Xin Yueqing's health. If only there was a way to not only treat Xin Yueqing's illness, but also prevent her from taking medicine. Roar! Roar! Xin Yueqing clutched her chest and her breathing quickened. Li Batian hurriedly said, "Madam, madam, are you all right? Madam." Uncomfortable. "Madam." Li Batian's eyes were red and he said to the servant girl beside him, "Quickly go and get divine Dr. Meng." The servant girl replied, "Yes, manner head." Chapter 738. Roar! Xin Yueqing twitched. She constantly patted her chest as if she could not catch her breath. Li Batian could only worry, but there was nothing he could do. If it was possible, he would rather bear this pain in Xin Yueqing's place. "Madam, please take your medicine properly this time, all right? Your condition seems to be getting worse and worse." Roar! Xin Yueqing did not reply to Li Batian. Li Batian knew that Xin Yueqing did not agree with him. Sigh. What was he supposed to do if this continued? Li Batian could not think of a solution because Meng Fan was in his villa. There were probably not many people in the Jianghu who were more skilled than him. Even he could not treat her without medicine, so what could others do? Zhao Yun'er and Mo Yin just happened to find Xin Yueqing. Seeing Xin Yueqing like this, Zhao Yun'er hurriedly went up and asked, "Sister, how are you? Are you all right?" The reason why Zhao Yun'er called Xin Yueqing's sister was because Xin Yueqing had maintained herself extraordinarily well. She seemed extremely young. Dressed in white, her appearance and bearing were great, making her seem like she was in her 20s or 30s. "You are?" Li Batian had never seen Zhao Yun'er before, so he asked when he saw her suddenly appear. "I've come to stay the night. I was looking for a latrine, so I passed by and saw this sister. Is she all right?" Li Batian glanced at Zhao Yun'er. Seeing that Zhao Yun'er was dressed like a peasant, he was not too suspicious. He said to Zhao Yun'er, "It's an old problem." With that, Li Batian helped Xin Yueqing up. Xin Yueqing finally caught her breath. "I'm fine," Xin Yueqing said gently to Zhao Yun. Glancing at Zhao Yun'er, she felt a sliver of goodwill towards her. Zhao Yun'er glanced at Xin Yueqing. She found Xin Yueqing familiar, as if she had seen her before. "So you are the one who stayed overnight last night. How is your husband? Is he feeling better?" Xin Yueqing asked with concern. Only then did Zhao Yun'er realize that the person sitting in front of her was the manor mistress of Red Jade Villa, and the man beside Xin Yueqing should be the villa master of Red Jade Villa. "Greetings, madam. Thank you, madam, for yesterday. If it wasn't for madam, we probably wouldn't even have a place to stay." "It's nothing. You're welcome." Xin Yueqing smiled and said softly. Seeing this woman, Zhao Yun'er also had a good impression of her in her heart. It would be hard to find such a beautiful and kind woman in this world. Xin Yueqing couldn't help coughing as she spoke. Looking at the woman who was supporting Lu Ruofeng, Zhao Yun'er checked her symptoms and asked, "Madam, are you suffering from asthma?" After Zhao Yun'er finished speaking, Li Batian suddenly looked at Zhao Yun'er. He didn't know how a country bumpkin like Zhao Yun'er could recognize the disease. So he asked, "Miss, do you know some medical knowledge?" Zhao Yun'er nodded. "Not much, just a little." Li Batian's heart was filled with anticipation. He hurriedly asked, "Miss, do you know any way to cure my wife's illness?" Zhao Yun'er said, "Villa Master, asthma is not a serious illness. Could it be that Villa Master didn't invite a doctor to treat it?" Chapter 739. Li Batian sighed and said to Zhao Yun'er, "To tell you the truth, this illness has indeed been seen by a doctor, but my family's madam doesn't like to drink medicine. Miss, may there be any way to cure my family's madam's illness without taking medicine?" Zhao Yun'er nodded. "So that's how it is. Only a child would not drink medicine, right?" Ancient Chinese medicine was indeed unpalatable. A big bowl of soup was extremely bitter. She had drunk it for a while before, but she could not swallow it at all. This was the disadvantage of ancient Chinese medicine. It was not as convenient as modern Western medicine. Western medicine pills and capsules can be easily swallowed into the stomach. Zhao Yun thought for a while and said, "If Madam thinks it's too bitter and cannot drink it, there are other ways to cure her illness." Zhao Yun thought of medicinal cuisine. Making something delicious to eat could also achieve the same effect. She could give it a try. Li Batian looked at Zhao Yun agitatedly. "Really? Miss?" Before Zhao Yun could walk over, Meng Fan walked over and said to Li Batian, "Manor Lord, if Madam's illness could be cured without taking medicine, I would have treated her long ago. Why would I wait until now?" Then he looked at Zhao Yun with a darkened face and said angrily, "You're just a little girl who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Everyone knows that you should take medicine when you're sick. An illness that can be cured without taking medicine is considered a minor illness. There's no need to treat it." Zhao Yun was stunned by Meng Fan's scolding. What was going on? There was a way in the first place. She was not 100% sure, but she had to try, right? Seeing Shen Yueqing coughing and gasping for air, Zhao Yun felt a little heartache. Li Batian said to Meng Fan, "Divine Dr. Meng, I don't mean anything else. It's just that my madam is unwilling to take medicine. I don't want her to continue dragging it out. If she continues to drag it out, what if this young lady just happens to know how to cure her illness without taking medicine?" Divine Dr. Meng snorted softly. "So Manor Lord is doubting my ability?" No, Miracle Dr. Meng. I really didn't mean that." "Then why did Manor Head ask her? Do you think that this little girl's medical skills are better than mine?" Li Batian felt a little tired. When Zhao Yun heard this, she felt anxious, so she helped Li Batian and said, "This divine doctor, in terms of medicine, I am indeed not as good as you. But now I am not using the method of prescribing medicine. This has nothing to do with medical skills. There are many diseases that can be cured not only by taking medicine, but also by other methods." Li Batian hurriedly nodded his head. "Divine Dr. Meng, what this young lady said makes sense. Why don't we listen to her and let her try?" Divine Dr. Meng snorted arrogantly. "If you don't believe me and believe a little girl, then believe her. I won't care anymore, all right?" With that, Divine Dr. Meng flung his sleeves and left. Looking at Divine Dr. Meng's angry look, Li Batian was stunned for a moment. Then he sighed. It seemed that he had offended Divine Dr. Meng today. Divine Dr. Meng was very confident in his medical skills at his age, so he probably didn't want anyone to doubt him. But now that someone had jumped out, and it was a little girl, he couldn't help but feel that his dignity had been insulted. Chapter 740. Zhao Yun shook her head. "I'm fine." She was just wondering why this old man was so arrogant. He looked a little weird. His arrogant look was comparable to Miracle Dr. Hua's. She remembered the first time she met Miracle Dr. Hua. Miracle Dr. Hua was also like this. However, Zhao Yun knew that although this kind of person was a little arrogant, it wasn't impossible to deal with him. Miracle Dr. Hua was much easier to coax. She wondered if Miracle Dr. Meng's personality was similar to Miracle Dr. Hua's. Zhao Yun suddenly thought that Miracle Dr. Meng couldn't be the senior that Miracle Dr. Hua mentioned, right? If that was the case, then Zhao Yun would have to ask him for the antidote. Now that she had offended him, would she still be able to get the antidote? "Miss, I wonder if you have a way to cure my madam's illness without taking any medicine?" Li Batian asked anxiously. "Manor Lord, my method is a little special. You don't have to do anything, you just have to eat something delicious. However, you need some time to eat slowly and recuperate." Hearing Zhao Yun's words, Li Batian was a little excited. This meant that there was a way to cure his madam's illness. He was afraid that if this dragged on, Shen Yueqing would have a bigger problem. "Then I wonder if you are in a hurry to leave? Can you stay in my residence for a few days? My Red Jade Manor will definitely treat you well. If my madam's illness can be cured, I will definitely treat you well." Li Batian thought that Zhao Yun was in a hurry and was busy with her own matters. Although he was anxious to cure Shen Yueqing's illness, he couldn't force her to stay. At this moment, he was anxiously waiting for Zhao Yun'er's reply. Zhao Yun'er agreed readily. Madam is so kind to let us stay here for the night. Now that she's in trouble, I will naturally help if I can. Hearing Zhao Yun'er's words, Li Batian was delighted. Thank you, Mississippi. You are really a good person. It's all right, Manor Lord is too polite. Zhao Yun'er didn't waste any time. Seeing Shen Yueqing's uncomfortable appearance, she went to the villa's kitchen and began to prepare the medicinal cuisine for Shen Yueqing. Zhao Yun'er remembered that she had a cousin who had asthma and didn't like to take medicine, so her aunt made medicinal cuisine for her cousin. At that time, she was greedy and didn't care that it was used to treat her illness. She just wanted to eat it. Thus, her aunt made some for her to eat. At that time, she even laughed at her for being a glutton. She was so greedy that she even ate her cousin's medicine. Unfortunately, she was thick-skinned and did not think much of it at that time. Zhao Yun'er went to the kitchen and prepared to make porridge with dates and almonds. There were a lot of ingredients in the Red Jade Villa's kitchen. Zhao Yun'er gave a few instructions, and the servants prepared these things for her and sent them to her. This porridge with dates and almonds was not difficult to make. Zhao Yun'er took some porridge, dates, crushed sweet almonds, and japonica rice and put them together. After washing them, she put them into the pot and slowly cooked the porridge. After boiling for an hour, a sweet porridge aroma wafted out. The reason why she made porridge with dates and almonds was because the porridge had diuresis and dispelled dampness to strengthen the spleen. The dates nourished the spleen, the almonds moistened the lungs and stopped coughing, and the japonica rice nourished the body. The dampness would dispel the spleen, and the spleen would not produce phlegm. Thus, it could be used to treat asthma. Zhao Yun'er was afraid that the porridge was too bland, so she stir-fried 2 light side dishes. When paired together, it was just nice to have the porridge. Chapter 741. Shen Yueqing was still coughing from time to time. Li Batian was beside her, looking at her with worry and heartache. This time he could only pin his hopes on Zhao Yun. He hoped that it was really as Zhao Yun'er said, that eating something could cure his wife's asthma. After waiting for a while, they saw Zhao Yun'er coming over with a plate of dishes. Zhao Yun'er placed the plate in front of Shen Yueqing and asked her to eat. Manor Madam, the medicinal cuisine is ready. Would you like to try it? Shen Yueqing and Li Batian looked at the dishes on the table. There was a big bowl of porridge, a plate of sour and spicy shredded potatoes, and a plate of chive egg rolls. This wasn't much different from what she usually ate, but eating this could actually cure asthma? Li Batian asked curiously. Miss, is this thing that you made really able to cure illnesses? It's similar to what we usually eat. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, there's nothing special about it. It's just ordinary food. The only thing that can work is this porridge with dates and almond. I was afraid that it was too plain, so I casually cooked 2 dishes for Madam to eat with the porridge. Li Batian nodded and said, I see. Shen Yueqing looked at the food on the plate, and a fragrant smell wafted into her nose. She felt very hungry. Madam, quickly try it. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said. Shen Yueqing smiled and replied, okay. Shen Yueqing picked up the chopsticks and ate a mouthful of porridge. She liked the sweet and sticky taste. It was even better than the porridge she usually ate. As she ate, she nodded and praised, it's delicious, delicious. Li Batian saw that his wife liked it and did not resist, so he heaved a sigh of relief. This was good. If Shen Yueqing did not like it, then he did not know what to do. After tasting the porridge, Shen Yueqing continued to taste the 2 dishes Zhao Yun'er made. The sour and spicy shredded potatoes were very appetizing. When cut into shreds, they were crispy and delicious. The chive egg rolls were fragrant and crispy, which was even more delicious. Although these 2 dishes were not good dishes, it was the first time Shen Yueqing had tasted so delicious. Shen Yueqing had a great appetite. Shen Yueqing finished all the food that Zhao Yun'er prepared. Li Batian looked at Shen Yueqing in surprise. It was the first time he saw his wife to eat so much. If she had known earlier, Shen Yueqing wouldn't have been willing to take a look at the delicious food prepared in the villa. She wouldn't have eaten more. Madam, is it really that delicious? Li Batian asked curiously. To see that she was satisfied with the food. To see that she was satisfied. To see that Zhao Yin was happy to see Shen Yueqing eating happily. To see to eat. To see. If you like, I'll make more for Madam tonight. To see. To. Miss, you can rest well in my residence for the next 2 days. If you have any requests, don't hesitate. Li Batian said. He was very attentive, afraid that Zhao Yin'er would run away. The corners of Zhao Yin'er's mouth twitched into a smile. Manor Lord is too polite. You have already entertained us very well. Oh right, there is something I want to ask. Miss, if you have something to say, just say it. There is no need to feel embarrassed. Chapter 742. Li Batian nodded. Yes, Divine Dr. Meng is the only doctor in the entire Red Jade Manor. Zhao Yin was more or less sure that the senior that Divine Dr. Hua was referring to was Meng Fan. She then said to Li Batian, "That's good. May I know why Miss is asking about this?" Zhao Yin was afraid that Li Batian would be suspicious, so she explained, "Nothing much. I just felt that I offended Divine Dr. Meng today and made him angry. I feel bad and wanted to pay him a visit to explain things to him." Li Batian nodded. "I see. You don't have to worry about it. I will explain things to Divine Dr. Meng." No. Manor Lord, this happened because of me. It's better for me to go. Anyway, I have nothing to do here. Li Batian saw that Zhao Yin'er was insistent, so he didn't say anything else. Since Miss wants to go, then go. I will get someone to lead you there. Thank you, Manor Lord. Miss is too polite. Zhao Yin was led to Meng Fan's residence by the servants of Red Jade Manor. However, she was blocked outside the door. She wasn't even given a chance to meet, so how could she explain things? Zhao Yin'er thought for a moment. Fortunately, Divine Dr. Hua gave her a token, so she could only take it and give it a try. She asked the gatekeeper to hand the token over. And after a while, someone came out and invited her in. Meng Fan's face was cold as he sized up Zhao Yin. Lass, what's your relationship with my junior? Divine Dr. Meng, I don't have any special relationship with Divine Dr. Hua. I came here to ask for an antidote. A very important person to me has been poisoned by your 7 purities poison. And only your antidote can cure it. Divine Dr. Hua asked me to come and beg you. Zhao Yin'er explained. Meng Fan continued to size up Zhao Yin'er. Although Zhao Yin'er said that she didn't have any relationship with his junior, Meng Fan knew that his junior wouldn't meddle in other people's business, and wouldn't ask others to come and ask for the antidote. His relationship with Zhao Yin'er shouldn't be simple. For the sake of his junior brother, he wanted to give him the antidote, but when he thought of what happened during the day, he felt unwilling. She snorted softly and said to Zhao Yin'er, "Girl, aren't you very powerful? You don't even need to take medicine to cure your illness. Could it be that you can't even cure my poison?" The corner of Zhao Yin'er's mouth twitched. She had an indescribable feeling. He sighed and said to Meng Fan, "Divine Dr. Meng, you've really misunderstood. I've explained it to you before. I'm not denying anything. It's just that our methods are different. I'm eating it together with food. It's not that I don't have any knowledge of pharmacology." Zhao Yin'er still wanted to explain, but Meng Fan couldn't bear to listen any longer. "You're still exaggerating in front of this old man. This old man wants to see if it's really like what you said. If Madam's illness can really be cured by you, then I will give you the antidote. If you can't cure her, then this old man will definitely not give you the antidote for your irresponsible behavior." After saying that, Meng Fan started to chase her out. Zhao Yin'er was helpless and could only leave. But since Meng Fan said this, she still had a lot of hope. Because Zhao Yin'er knew that her medicinal cuisine method should be able to cure Shen Yueqing's illness. Now she could only hope that Shen Yueqing would be able to get better soon. Or that her illness would take a huge turn for the better, so that she could get the antidote earlier and go back to save Mu Lianfeng. Thinking of Mu Lianfeng, Zhao Yun'er's nose turned sour. Chapter 743. After returning to her residence. Mo Yin hurriedly asked about Zhao Yun'er's situation. Zhao Yun'er told her the truth. Li Batian was slightly worried that he could not obtain the antidote immediately. He hoped that nothing would happen to his mistress. What comforted the two of them was that they now had a reason to stay in the Red Jade Mountain Villa. As Zhao Yun'er was treating the madam's asthma, she could move about freely in the mountain villa. In the next few days, Zhao Yun'er cooked up all sorts of medicinal dishes for Shen Yueqing. Shen Yueqing never got sick of eating fresh and delicious food every day. After eating it for a few days, Shen Yueqing's asthma had indeed improved. She no longer coughed as badly and gasped for air much less often. Li Batian was filled with gratitude towards Zhao Yun'er when he saw Shen Yueqing like this. If this continued, his mistress' illness would probably be cured very quickly. Zhao Yun'er and Shen Yueqing also chatted casually during these few days. The two of them had become much closer. Zhao Yun'er also gained a better understanding of Shen Yueqing. It would probably be very difficult to find another woman who was kinder and purer than her. As a result, Zhao Yun'er firmly believed that a person like her would never harm her Daodu. After a few days, Zhao Yun'er asked Shen Yueqing in a probing manner, "Mistress, can I ask you a question?" Shen Yueqing replied, "It's fine. Miss Yun'er, feel free to ask me anything." "Mistress, may I ask if your Red Jade Mountain Villa has brought back a child recently?" When Shen Yueqing heard Zhao Yun'er's question, she immediately thought of Daodu. Her body stiffened slightly. Shen Yueqing replied honestly to Zhao Yun'er, "There is a child." "Oh right, the child says he's called Daodu. However, Miss Yun'er, why are you asking this?" When Zhao Yun'er heard the two words Daodu come out of Shen Yueqing's mouth, the light in her eyes flickered. Daodu, it really was her Daodu. He was right here. Zhao Yun'er sighed. "Madam, to be honest, I am Daodu's mother. My son was suddenly taken away, so I came to find him." "Madam, I know you are a good person, but can you let Daodu go? Daodu is just a child. If you have any problems, you can come to me. I'll do anything for you." Shen Yueqing didn't expect Zhao Yun'er to be Daodu's mother. There was a trace of shock in her eyes. "You're Daodu's mother?" "Yes. Then you are the heir consort?" Shen Yueqing continued to ask. Zhao Yun'er shook her head. "No, I'm not the heir consort. I'm just an ordinary little peasant girl. Do I look like an heir consort to you?" In the few days that Shen Yueqing had interacted with Zhao Yun'er, she saw that Zhao Yun'er was very simple and didn't have the slightest bit of finickiness. She really was different from the young misses of noble families. In addition, if she was an ordinary young miss from a noble family, how could they have the courage to rush into her villa? She wasn't looking down on the young misses of noble families. She just knew that the girls raised by the families of officials were all gentle and weak. They only knew how to play the zither and read books. There was nothing else that they were good at. Zhao Yun'er was a little peasant girl from the countryside. She looked a little different. Shen Yueqing had never seen such a woman before. She sighed slightly and said, "Ai, then my husband caught the wrong person. But why is your son together with the crown prince?" Chapter 744. Zhao Yun'er explained, "Previously, I accidentally saved Shiziye's life. After that, Shiziye took Daodu as his godson. During the Qingming festival, they went together to pay respects to their ancestors. When Shiziye was about to send my son back, he was kidnapped on the way." When Shen Yueqing heard this, she was silent for a moment. If that's the case, then Zhao Yun'er, Daodu and Mu Lianfeng don't have much of a connection. Then there's not much meaning for her husband to keep Daodu. Sighing slightly, Shen Yueqing said to Zhao Yun, "Miss Yun'er, come with me. I'll take you to see Daodu." Zhao Yun'er suppressed her restless heart. "Thank you, madam." Shen Yueqing then led Zhao Yun'er to another courtyard. The environment inside was quiet and secluded. Zhao Yun'er saw a swing under a big tree. At this time, an innocent child was playing on the swing. The boy on the swing was Daodu. He had a smile on his face. Zhao Yun'er thought that when she saw Daodu again, Daodu would have a miserable appearance. But she didn't expect that to be the case. The smile on Daodu's face couldn't lie. It meant that Daodu had been well taken care of during this period. Shen Yueqing came in and clapped her hands at Daodu. "Daodu, look who's here." Daoda's little face turned over. When he saw Zhao Yun, he immediately jumped down from the swing. Mother, Zhao Yun opened her arms and waited for Daoda to jump in. Mother, Daoda missed you so much. You're finally here. Zhao Yun hugged Daoda, this soft little person, and her nose suddenly turned sour. She rubbed Daoda's head and said with a smile, Mother also misses Daoda very much. Didn't I come to find Daoda? Yes, yes. Daoda nodded. This was the first time they had been separated for such a long time. Both mother and son had different feelings in their hearts. Zhao Yun did not want to experience this feeling again. She did not want Daoda to leave her side again. Shen Yueqing stood to the side and watched the loving scene between Daoda and Zhao Yun. She wiped the corners of her eyes and couldn't help but be moved. Beautiful auntie, you were right. My mother really came to pick me up. Daoda smiled sweetly at Shen Yueqing. Shen Yueqing touched Daoda's little face. You're such a cute little doll. How could your mother not be willing to pick you up? If Daoda leaves, he'll miss beautiful auntie. Zhao Yun saw how close Daoda and Shen Yueqing were. She knew that Shen Yueqing had not mistreated Daoda during this period of time. Therefore, she said to Shen Yueqing gratefully, Thank you, madam, for taking care of Daoda during this period of time. Yun is very grateful. Shen Yueqing smiled gently. Yun, you're too polite. I also like Daoda very much. Speaking of which, our Red Jade Mountain Villa was in the wrong first. We brought Daoda back and made you worry. Zhao Yun shook her head. It's okay. Daoda didn't receive any bad treatment during this period of time. It was just a misunderstanding. Shen Yueqing nodded. That's right. Yun, don't worry. I'll talk to my husband about this later. You can take Daoda back. Thank you, madam. In the next few days, Zhao Yun stayed at Red Jade Mountain Villa and cooperated with Shen Yueqing's treatment. Chapter 745. Shen Yueqing's condition improved slightly after a few days of medicinal cuisine. Meng Fan saw Shen Yueqing's condition improve, but there was nothing he could do even if he refused to accept it. The truth was right in front of him, and it couldn't be fake. Meng Fan would not go back on his words, so he gave Zhao Yun, the antidote for the 7 purities poison. Zhao Yun, let out a heavy sigh of relief the moment she received the antidote, because there were only 2 days left until Mu Lianfeng was cured. If Mu Lianfeng's poison was not cured in 2 days, and Divine Dr. Hua was unable to suppress it, Mu Lianfeng might die from the poison. Zhao Yun, bid farewell to Shen Yueqing and Li Batian in a hurry as soon as she received the antidote. Although he was not very certain that Zhao Yun, was telling the truth, Li Batian still released Daoda and allowed Daoda to leave with Zhao Yun, on account of how Zhao Yun, had cured Shen Yueqing's condition. Shen Yueqing actually felt rather reluctant to part with Daoda and Zhao Yun, when she saw them leave. After all, she had interacted with the 2 women recently. Once they left, she would have less people to talk to and less joy. Zhao Yun and Mo Yin hurried back without stopping. On the way, Zhao Yun got Mo Yin to send the antidote back first. She could still handle it, but Daoda could not handle the bumpiness. Zhao Yun was afraid that Daoda would get hurt from the bumpiness, so she got Mo Yin to go back first. She and Daoda could rest on the way back, so there was no need to hurry back so quickly. It was already night by the time Zhao Yun returned to Divine Dr. Hua. After Mo Yin returned with the antidote, Dr. Hua fed it to Mu Lianfeng in a hurry. When Zhao Yun came over, Mu Lianfeng was already fine, but he was still lying down and had not woken up. Yun, he's fine now. Don't worry. He'll be fine after we bring him home and recuperate for a while. Zhao Yun's anxious heart finally settled down as she thanked Miracle Dr. Hua. Miracle Dr. Hua, thank you. If it wasn't for you this time, my husband wouldn't know what to do. Miracle Dr. Hua chuckled. That's because you're capable enough to get the antidote back within half a month. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do anything but watch him die. I still have to thank Miracle Dr. Hua for giving me the time to find the antidote. Aha! Miraculous Dr. Hua laughed heartily. I've heard that you had to go through many twists and turns to get the antidote from my senior brother. I've also heard that my senior brother thought that there was something wrong with his medical skills because you know how to make medicinal cuisine, So he wasn't very polite to you. Zhao Yun'er's lips curled helplessly as she explained to Miracle Dr. Hua. When Divine Dr. Hua heard this, he was very interested in the medicinal cuisine in Zhao Yun'er's mouth. I never thought that a girl like you would actually know about this. Girl, tell me what's going on. I've lived for so long, so why haven't I heard of this before? Girl, since I've saved your husband and you're grateful to me, you better explain this to me properly. Don't try to hide it from me. Zhao Yun actually didn't know much about this. She only knew a little about it, so she explained the general principles to Miracle Dr. Hua. Miracle Dr. Hua became extremely excited after hearing it. Chapter 746. Little Yin, you've really opened my eyes today. Haha, I'll do as you say and do some research. That senior brother of mine will definitely not be as good as me in this aspect. Let's see how he's going to show off in front of me. Divine Dr. Hua laughed out loud, as though he had discovered something new. When Zhao Yun saw that Miracle Dr. Hua was as happy as a child, her lips curled into a smile. Actually, in this society, people were often treated with gentleness. Zhao Yun was glad that not all the people she met were bad people. There were quite a few good people too. Mu Lianfeng was brought back to Shuilan village by Zhao Yun and was resting in her own house. She felt different when she returned to the village. This was the first time she had left the village for such a long time. Seeing that Zhao Yun had left for almost half a month, the third branch was extremely anxious. They were afraid that something might have happened to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun heaved a sigh of relief when she returned. Yun if you still didn't come back, your father and I would have reported you to the authorities. Liang Jinxiao frowned when he saw Zhao Yun return. He sighed and muttered something to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun smiled and said, Mother, what could have happened to me? You don't have to worry about me. I wasn't at home during this period of time. How's our family life? Did anything happen? When Zhao Yun was at Red Jade Villa, she was worried about her family's problems. Her parents were honest. Without her by their side, she was worried that they would be bullied by old Zhao's family. Liang Jinxiao shook his head and said, It's fine. Our family's land has basically been leveled, and we can start work now. Your father said to wait for you to come back. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in the mood to do it. Zhao Yun nodded. Then father, let's prepare in these 2 days. Let me know if we need anything to build the house. We'll buy it first. Zhao Wenhua replied. Got it, Yun. Just leave it to me. You should rest well for the next 2 days. You look a lot more haggard. Seeing that Zhao Yun was a little thin, Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao couldn't help but feel heartache as her parents. Zhao Yun's condition was particularly bad because she was anxious and rushed day and night yesterday. She didn't have a good rest. It's okay, father and mother. I know my own body. I'll rest well. That's good. Oh, Yun right. God bless us. God bless us. Yun you have to be more careful in the future. This is too scary. Liang Jinxiao muttered. Zhao Wenhua said to Zhao Yun, Yun you don't know, but your mother often can't sleep at night because of what happened to you too. Why are you telling Yun this? Liang Jinxiao glared at Zhao Wenhua with some displeasure. Aren't I just telling Yun about it? You're just thinking too much. I told you that Yun and the others are blessed by the heavens and will be fine. You didn't believe me. Look at you. You're not resting well. You're hurting your body. Zhao Yun frowned slightly and said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, you should rest well too. I'm back. Everything will be fine. Don't worry too much. Chapter 747. Zhao Yun responded and gave a few instructions. Zhao Tianan and Zhao Tianfu came back from outside with wooden buckets. When they saw Zhao Yun, they were very excited. They excitedly rushed to Zhao Yun. Second sister, you're finally back? Yes, second sister. You're finally back. Zhao Yun smiled at her 2 younger brothers. Seeing their sincere concern, a trace of warmth flowed out from her heart. This feeling of having family care was really good. She wasn't the kind of person who didn't matter. At least when she left, there would be people who would miss her. The originally warm atmosphere was broken by a scream from the third branch's room. Ah, damn dog. You actually bit my clothes. I'll teach you a lesson. Zhao Ping hooted. Then, not knowing if it was Zhao Ping or who kicked, a pitiful dog cry was heard. Zhao Yin'er's ears twitched. If she heard wrongly, this sound was Little Black's. Zhao Ping then continued to hoot. Father, mother, quickly come in and take a look. This damn dog. You actually tore my clothes with your teeth. You guys be the judge. Today I'm going to stew it into hot pot and eat it. Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao both frowned and looked at Zhao Yin'er. Zhao Yin'er sneered and rushed into the third branch's room. She said coldly to Zhao Ping, I'd like to see how you're going to stew my Little Black into hot pot and eat it. Where did you get the guts to do so? As she spoke, Zhao Yin'er picked up Little Black from the ground and rubbed Little Black's body. Little Black, how are you? Are you okay? Does it hurt? Little Black's black eyes looked at Zhao Yin'er and then let out a whimper, as if it was very pitiful and wronged. It was difficult to see its master. Little Black still intimately licked Zhao Yin'er's hand. With its master around, Little Black's fear of Zhao Ping faded a lot. Zhao Ping was stunned and looked at Zhao Yin'er. I thought you died outside. I didn't expect you to actually come back. Why, Sister Ping seems very unhappy to see me come back. Are you eager for something to happen to me? Zhao Yin'er sneered and asked. Zhao Ping really didn't want Zhao Yin'er to come back. This woman was very annoying. If Zhao Yin'er didn't come back, most of the money Zhao Yin'er earned from the breakfast stall would fall into Liang Jinxiao's hands. Liang Jinxiao would naturally prepare more dowry for her. Besides, even if she got married in the future, as long as Zhao Yin'er wasn't around, it would be easier for her to ask her mother for money. Zhao Ping also snorted and said to Zhao Yin'er, since you're back, then you have to discipline your damn dog. Look, it bit my clothes. This damn dog, if it doesn't shit and pee on my clothes and shoes, it would bite my clothes. How could I take it lying down? So I stewed it into dog meat hot pot and ate it. What's wrong? Don't tell me you're going to protect a dead dog every day. After Zhao Ping finished speaking, Little Black barked a few times in Zhao Yin'er's arms to express its protest. This woman was too evil. She was just spouting nonsense. Wasn't it because she forced it to eat every day and bullied it from time to time? That was why it took revenge like this. Otherwise, it would be too lazy to waste its own pee and feces. Chapter 748. Zhao Yin'er glared at Zhao Ping. Her fierce gaze made Zhao Ping panic. Zhao Ping was a little scared. She turned to Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao. Father, mother, look. Zhao Yin'er is too much. Isn't it just eating a dog? Why did she have to skin me? Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao sighed and persuaded Zhao Ping. Ping, why are you making life difficult for a dog? Little Black is actually quite obedient. Mother, why is it obedient? Look, it bit my clothes and it's still obedient. You shouldn't have brought it back. Sighing. Liang Jinxiao was also a little helpless. Zhao Yin'er was gone. She couldn't let Little Black starve to death, so she brought it back to feed it. This Little Black was also interesting. It was good to everyone else in the family, but it just had to target Zhao Ping. I don't care. My clothes must be paid for today. Zhao Yin'er, either you pay for my clothes, or I'll stew this dog. Zhao Yin'er coldly curled the corner of her mouth. If I remember correctly, I paid for your clothes. So what if my Little Black bit it? Liang Jinxiao looked at the small hole in the clothes. It was actually not big. It just needed to be patched up. Thus she said to Zhao Ping, Ping, mother will take a needle and thread to patch it up for you. I guarantee that you won't be able to tell. Now that Yin'er is back, Little Black will be brought back. In the future, it will definitely not bite things. Zhao Ping thought for a moment and pursed her lips. She wanted to make a scene. Zhao Yin'er was not easy to deal with. Her parents were also on Zhao Yin'er's side. What could she do? Mother, then go back and patch it up for me. It's best if I don't see this damn dog again. Otherwise, I will definitely not be able to resist and continue to teach it a lesson. Zhao Ping was already giving in by saying this. Liang Jinxiao hurriedly agreed, afraid that the two sisters would make a scene again. Mother, then I'll go back first, Zhao Yun'er said. And go back and have a good rest. By the way, Yun'er, your eldest uncle and second uncle will come over tomorrow. Let's have dinner together tomorrow, and entertain your eldest uncle and second uncle at the same time, Liang Jinxiao said. Zhao Yun'er nodded. When relatives in the countryside had a happy occasion, they would send gifts and money in advance. Zhao Ping'er was the niece of her first uncle and second uncle. She was going to get married. If such a close relative did not come, she would be scolded. Even if old Liang's family looked down on Zhao Yun'er's family, they would still maintain this kind of superficial relationship. Since they came and gave their family gifts, Zhao Yun'er's family had to entertain them well. And got it. Mother, let's go to the town tomorrow to buy more vegetables. Yun'er, don't go to the stall tomorrow morning. Have a good rest. That won't do, Mother. You and sister-in-law Mulan have been busy these 2 days. Since I'm back, we have to go to the market together. Speaking of this, Liang Jinxiao smiled. Yun'er, actually we have enough people. Ping'er has been helping out these days. She is very diligent. Zhao Yun'er heard this and frowned. Zhao Ping'er helped out? Are you kidding me? Seeing Zhao Yun'er's surprised expression, Liang Jinxiao continued. Ping'er is not the same as before. She is diligent now. Yun'er, let her help. You can also rest a little. Have a good rest. Zhao Yun'er did not believe that Zhao Ping'er would go over to help. She guessed that Zhao Ping'er must be scheming something. Chapter 749. Speaking of this, Liang Jinxiao lowered his head, feeling a little guilty. What do I want from you, Zhao Yun'er? Don't think that everyone is like you. Zhao Ping'er hurriedly stood up and said angrily. Zhao Yun'er still felt that it was not that simple. Seeing that Liang Jinxiao did not want to say anything, Zhao Yun'er vaguely guessed something in her heart. Mother, I'll go tomorrow. If Sister Ping'er wants to help, then go. If she doesn't want to go, then forget it. She wanted to see what Zhao Ping'er could do when she was around. Zhao Yun'er, when you're not around I can help. But now that you're back I won't go. If you want me to go, you have to pay me. Zhao Ping'er raised her head and started to negotiate with Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er sneered. If you don't want to go, then don't go. Who wants you to go? Liang Jinxiao sighed. Yun'er, if you can't do it, then let Ping'er go. It's the same as asking others or asking Ping'er. Just pay her 300 copper coins as her salary. I've seen that Ping'er does a good job these days. Mother, 300 copper coins is too little, isn't it? Zhao Ping'er looked a little unhappy. It's already quite a lot. If you think it's too little, then find someone else. Zhao Ping'er could only nod in agreement. Okay, Mother. But you have to pay me 300 copper coins after I finish my work for a month. You can't delay my salary. Sure. Zhao Yun'er was not happy at first, but on second thought it was not a bad thing to let Zhao Ping'er go. After Zhao Ping'er got married, she would have a stable income and would not come to bother the third branch. Yun'er, just agree. Let Ping'er work for a few days. If Ping'er really doesn't do a good job, you can let Ping'er leave. Isn't that enough? Zhao Yun'er nodded. Alright then, let Sister Ping'er give it a try. Yes. Ping'er, you have to do a good job, got it? I know, Mother. Zhao Yun'er was worried that Mu Lianfeng was not safe at home alone. She had to take care of him and check on him. Yun'er, you can go back now. Be careful on the road. Liang Jinxiao reminded her, and watched Zhao Yun'er leave. After Zhao Yun'er left, Zhao Ping'er said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, you promised to lend me 2 taels of silver. You can't go back on your word. Liang Jinxiao sighed. I know, Ping'er. But during this period, you have to do a good job. Don't quarrel with Yun'er and make her angry. We can earn money thanks to Yun'er. Mother, Zhao Yun'er left, but our business is still doing well. It's not like we can't do without her. What are you talking about? Without Yun'er, how can we make those snacks? I know, Mother. You just have to protect Zhao Yun'er. When I open a stall in the future, I guarantee that I'll earn more than Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Ping'er said and began to dream happily. She talked until her mouth was sore, and Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Wenhua finally agreed to lend her 2 taels of silver. She would work at Zhao Yun'er's stall for 2 to 3 months and earn 3 taels of silver. Then, she could open a breakfast stall with Ma Xiaofeng. You lass. Liang Jinxiao sighed and did not want to continue talking about Zhao Ping'er. This lass, if she didn't suffer a loss, she wouldn't know that doing business was not easy. These 2 taels of silver would be a lesson for her. Otherwise, it would be really annoying to talk about it all day. Chapter 750. Okay. If you can really make money, mother will naturally be happy. If you can't, it's okay. Don't force yourself. Mother, you still don't believe me. Zhao Ping'er said a little angrily. I won't talk to you anymore. I'm going to look for Xiaofeng. I'll discuss it with Xiaofeng. Zhao Ping'er said and ran out directly. Zhao Tianen was in the courtyard. When he heard that Zhao Ping'er was going to look for Ma Xiaofeng, he immediately came over happily and said to Zhao Ping, Big sister, are you going to look for Xiaofeng? Zhao Ping'er nodded. And that's right. Tianen, are you going too? If you want to go, then let's go together. Zhao Tianen touched his head. That's good. I just caught 2 fish today. I'll give them to Xiaofeng to eat. Let's stay and eat. I haven't eaten fish for a while. Let me have some. Zhao Ping'er thought of the taste of fish and couldn't help but lick the corner of her mouth. Big sister. Zhao Tianen hesitated for a moment and seemed a little reluctant. Zhao Ping'er continued to ask, What's the matter? Can't you give it to me to eat? No, big sister. I caught this fish for Xiaofeng. If you want to eat it, I'll catch it for you tomorrow, okay? Zhao Ping'er thought for a moment and nodded. Okay then. Give it to Xiaofeng first and make it for me tomorrow. Okay. Zhao Tianen nodded heavily, thinking that it was a good thing that Zhao Ping'er didn't continue to pursue the matter. Otherwise, he would have to catch fish now. His big sister and Xiaofeng had a good relationship. Otherwise, she wouldn't have acted like this. If it were his second sister, she probably wouldn't have let him send it over. Zhao Ping'er called out, Let's go, Tianan. Don't just stand there. Okay, big sister, got it. As the 2 of them spoke, they headed towards Ma Xiaofeng's house together. Zhao Yun'er returned home. Mu Lianfeng was lying on the bed and showed no signs of waking up. Zhao Yun'er stared at Mu Lianfeng, not knowing when he would wake up. However, looking at Mu Lianfeng's complexion, it was a lot better. It was a lot rosier and not as pale as before. For lunch, Zhao Yun'er casually ate some vegetables from the vegetable garden, fried 2 eggs, and made a bowl of egg noodles. Then she and Daodu each ate a bowl. Mother, after we eat noodles, what will Little Black eat? Daodu raised his head and asked Zhao Yun'er. Little Black preferred to eat rice and didn't eat noodles. They had to take care of Little Black's food. During this period of time, Daodu and Little Black had been separated for a while. She missed Little Black very much. This time, she finally saw Little Black again. She hugged Little Black and was reluctant to let go. Little Black was also very happy to be reunited with its little master after much difficulty. He was very happy and licked Daodu's fingers continuously. Let Little Black eat some noodles. Mother, add an egg for Little Black. We'll cook something else for dinner. Daodu patted Little Black's head and asked, Little Black, let's eat noodles. Is that okay? Little Black barked a few times. Woof woof woof. Mother, Little Black agreed. Let's go make noodles for him. Okay. Oh right, Mother, Little Black is very heavy now. Make more noodles for Little Black. His stomach must have grown bigger. Daodu instructed. Zhao Yun'er glanced at Little Black's head. It had indeed grown a lot. It couldn't be compared to the one they just caught. Little Black wasn't a little puppy now. It was a puppy that wasn't very small. Chapter 751. Yes. Daodu nodded heavily. When Little Black grows up, it can protect us. With Little Black around, no one will dare to bully us. Zhao Yun'er glanced at Little Black. When Little Black grew up to be a big dog like Big Gray, no one would dare to go near it. When that time came, it would be perfect for her to guard the door. It would bite whoever dared to cause trouble. and see if anyone dared to come. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said to Little Black, "Little Black, I'll make something delicious for you later. You have to eat more and grow up faster, okay?" Woof woof, Little Black barked twice and wagged its little tail as a response. Zhao Yun'er patted Little Black's head. "Good boy." Then Zhao Yun'er turned and went into the kitchen to prepare something for Little Black to eat. In the afternoon, Zhao Yun'er tidied up the vegetable garden. During this period of time when she was not at home, many wild vegetables grew in the garden. She had to pull them out and fertilize them while she was at it. In addition, there were many places in the house that were covered in dust. She had to wipe and wash them to make the house a little cleaner. When Zhao Yun'er returned to the house at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, Mu Lianfeng was already awake. When he saw Zhao Yun'er, Mu Lianfeng was a little emotional and grabbed Zhao Yun'er's hand. I thought I would never see you again." Mu Lianfeng's voice was a little hoarse and filled with vicissitudes. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, "How is that possible? You said that you would accompany me for a lifetime. Don't tell me you would go back on your words so easily." "Of course not. It's just, I thought I would never see you again." He knew that he was poisoned. Although Zhao Yun'er had brought back the antidote and removed the poison, he did not wake up. However, he was conscious and knew everything that had happened. How lucky was he to have met a woman like Zhao Yun'er? Otherwise, he would have lost his life. "All right, have a good rest. Don't say such sad words. Isn't everything fine now?" Zhao Yun'er's mouth curled up as she smiled at Mu Lianfeng. At the thought that this man might disappear from her life, Zhao Yun'er felt very uncomfortable, and there was a very uncomfortable feeling in her chest. Thank you, Yun'er. You've saved me twice. This is the second time." Mu Lianfeng said again. He didn't know if this was God's arrangement. Zhao Yun'er's appearance was to save him. "Yes, I've saved you twice, so you should repay me. In the future, you will stay by my side. You are not allowed to go anywhere. You will do whatever I tell you to do. After all, your life is mine." Zhao Yun'er joked. Mu Lianfeng took it seriously. "I know, Yun'er. In the future, even if you want to drive me away, I will not leave. I want to be with you forever." Mu Lianfeng held Zhao Yun'er's hand tightly. He was afraid that Zhao Yun'er would leave him. This feeling of surviving after death made him even more aware of who he cared about and cherished. In this life to him, no one was more precious than Zhao Yun'er and Daodu. He would stay by the mother and daughter's side forever. "By the way, Yun'er, where is Daodu?" Zhao Yun'er asked. "Daodu went out to play. Don't worry about him." "That's good." Mu Lianfeng breathed a sigh of relief. "Yes, it's all over now. He will be fine in the village." Chapter 752. The incident this time was a lesson. There were too many people eyeing them from behind. Since they attacked him and Daodu, there would be a second time. Mu Lianfeng really didn't want Daodu to be in any danger again. Those people. It was fine if they attacked him, but he didn't want them to touch Daodu and Zhao Yun'er. If he stayed by Daodu and Zhao Yun'er's side, he would inevitably be a burden to them. Although he was worried, there was nothing he could do. When he returned, he must investigate clearly. He would never let Daodu and Zhao Yun'er be in any danger again. In the afternoon, when Mulan heard that Zhao Yun'er was back, she also came over to greet her. During this period of time, she was worried sick because she couldn't figure out what happened to Zhao Yun'er that made her leave for such a long time. "Yun'er, you're finally back." Zhao Yun'er smiled. "I've made you worry, sister-in-law Mulan." "It's good that you're back. It's good that you're back. Sigh, I didn't even have someone to talk to while you were away. Now that you're back, I have someone to talk to." Haha, Zhao Yun'er laughed heartily. During the period of time when she was away, she missed Mulan very much. When Mulan came over, she brought some vegetables over, afraid that Zhao Yun'er didn't have anything to eat. After the two of them chatted for a while, Mulan was ready to go back, and she called Zhao Yun'er to come with her. "Yun'er, Daodu is at my house now. He and my third son have caught a lot of lobsters to play with. Do you want to go and have a look?" The weather was getting warmer, and there were more fish and lobsters in the river. It was still okay now, but after a period of time when the weather was warmer, there would be more fish and lobsters. However, the villagers were busy with other things, so they didn't care too much about these things. Therefore, he didn't spend much time on salvaging them. When the children had nothing to do, they would go to the river to catch some fish and prawns from time to time. When Zhao Yuner heard Mulan mention lobsters, she immediately became interested. She said to Mulan, "Okay, I'll go too." Yeah. The two of them went to Mulan's house together. Daodu, Zhao Tianfu and Mulan's children were all gathered around the lobster. 2 lobsters that had been caught were placed on the ground, crawling around. The children stared at the lobsters and giggled. They all looked very happy. When Zhao Yuner came over, she also walked over to take a look. The lobster on the ground was not particularly big, so it should have been born not long ago. However, this kind of medium-sized lobster was very delicious. Add some ginger, chili, oil, salt, soy sauce, vinegar, and cooking wine and stir-fry them together. The taste would definitely be excellent. Zhao Yuner noticed that there were a lot of lobsters in the wooden barrel. A small half-barrel could be stir-fried for several large plates. In addition to the lobsters, Zhao Yuner also noticed that there were a few small snails in the wooden barrel. The snails were caught by the children to be used as bait to catch the lobsters, because the string at the side was tied with the meat of the snails. These were all good things. If the snails were stir-fried, the taste would also be first-rate. Many wild things in the countryside were treasures to the people of the 21st century. It was just that the people of this era didn't take them seriously. "Mother, you're here." Daodu saw Zhao Yuner coming over and smiled at Zhao Yuner. Chapter 753. Yes, yes. Mother, Daodu, little uncle and brother San are just fishing for fun. Daodu explained. Yes, we're just fishing for fun. It's fine. You guys have fun. Mother, I thought you would blame Daodu, saying that Daodu is playing with water. Daodu lowered his head and said softly. Zhao Yin had warned Daodu not to touch water, and Daodu remembered it in his heart. But sometimes children are too playful and can't control themselves when they encounter something fun. Be careful when you play, or you'll be too careless. Don't go to deep water. Zhao Yuner continued to remind them. Yes, mother. Yes, second sister. Seeing that the children were so well behaved and sensible, Zhao Yuner was also relieved. Fortunately, there was only one big river in the village, and the children wouldn't go there to play. The other rivers were all small and not a hindrance. The water in the small pond was not even half as deep as an adult's leg. Even if they really fell in, it would be difficult for them to drown. When you go back, catch more. I'll cook more for you, Zhao Yuner said with a smile. The children suddenly became excited. Mother, is lobster edible? Zhao Yuner nodded. Of course it's edible. Mother, I thought it wasn't edible. Daodu said softly. How can that be? It's all delicious food. You'll know when I cook it for you. Yes, yes. The children were full of anticipation, because who would have thought that the things they caught to play with were edible? Even Mulan couldn't help but ask, what's the matter? Yuner, is this lobster really edible? We villagers catch it for children to play with. No one has ever eaten it. This thing likes to drill in the mud. It feels dirty. Zhao Yuner chuckled. People in this era really couldn't recognize good things. In the 21st century, eating crayfish with beer was extremely comfortable. Especially in the summer, when friends gathered, they liked to order this kind of thing. The group of people ate and drank at the same time. It was very enjoyable. Of course. Sister-in-law Mulan, can you clean up the kitchen later? I'll make some for you to try. I'll bring the rest back to eat. Mulan responded with a smile. After being teased by Zhao Yuner, he was looking forward to what the lobster would taste like and how delicious it would be. Madame Chi excreted in the latrine, and her chrysanthemum hurt terribly. He didn't know what kind of bad luck he had to have hemorrhoids growing on his chrysanthemum. Usually, it was fine, but when it came to diarrhea, it was extremely uncomfortable. This was because once he took a dump for a long time, his hemorrhoids would start to hurt. Unfortunately, there was nothing she could do about it. After all, she couldn't just cut it off. Let's not talk about whether or not it could be cut off. Even if it could be cut off, they would still need to find a doctor. How could a woman's buttocks be casually shown to others? After coming out of the latrine, Madame Chi clamped her chrysanthemum tightly. This way the hemorrhoids would feel better. After coming out, she heard Zhao Yuner and Mulan say that the lobster was edible and very delicious. She immediately became greedy and excited. Zhao Yuner, you said that this lobster is edible. Is it really edible? Madame Chi blinked and asked. Zhao Yuner couldn't be bothered with Madame Chi when she saw her like this. Mulan replied, if Yuner says it's edible, then it's definitely edible. Chapter 754. Zhao Yin, was a little speechless. She felt a little disgusted when she saw Madame Chi's greedy look. Why did this woman want to eat everything? It was as if she couldn't wait to get a share of all the good stuff. Why would she give it to you? She doesn't even have enough for her own family. Zhao Yin, retorted without giving her any face. Madame Chi looked at Zhao Yun, a little angrily. My second sister-in-law hasn't said anything yet. What are you talking about? I just can't stand seeing such a shameless person. It's fine if someone gives it to you, but this is the first time I've seen someone take the initiative to ask for it. Even children aren't like this. You're already an adult. Yet you still think that you're young and don't know any better? Zhao Yuner said sarcastically. However, a shameless person like Madame Chi might not have any reaction to it. Madame Chi's face reddened for a moment. Zhao Yin, what nonsense are you talking about? What's wrong with me eating it? Don't tell me that I shouldn't eat it. I went to help my Chiao, fish for lobsters, so I have a share of this lobster too. Zhao Yin had never seen such a shameless woman. Even if she was greedy for food, she shouldn't be to this extent, right? Madame Chi sneered and said, Sister-in-law, since you say so, then how about this? How about you take all the lobsters that your Chiao, caught and fry them yourself? We don't care for it. When Zhao Yuner said this, Madame Chi suddenly didn't know how to refute. First of all, if she really gave the lobsters to her, she wouldn't know how to cook them. Second, frying lobsters would take a lot of oil and salt, right? She couldn't bear to do that. Why are you like this, my Chiao? I helped you catch some lobsters. Can't you cook them together, and let me have a taste later? You're so stingy. Second sister-in-law, tell me about it. What's wrong with your sister-in-law eating some of your food? Are we still a family? Mulan felt sorry for Madame Chi. These days, Madame Chi's life was not good. Zhu Dainiu was not willing to let Madame Chi eat anything delicious at home. For a moment, her heart softened. Actually, it was not impossible to let her sister-in-law have a taste, so she pushed Zhao Yuner and said, Yuner, when it's done, let my sister-in-law have a taste. It's good to try it. I don't think anyone in the village has ever tasted it. Before Zhao Yuner could nod, she heard Zhu Qiaoer scream. Madame Chi hurriedly ran over and asked Zhu Qiaoer, Qiaoer, what's wrong? Are you okay? Zhu Dainiu, who was in the house, heard the noise and ran out. He was worried about Zhu Qiaoer. Zhu Qiaoer raised her hand and cried to Madame Chi and Zhu Dainiu, Father, Mother, my hand was bitten by a lobster. Zhu Dainiu and Madame Chi looked, and saw that Zhu Qiaoer's finger was clamped by the lobster's large clamp. It was probably very painful, so Zhu Qiaoer cried. When Zhu Dainiu saw it, he hurriedly pulled the lobster off Zhu Qiaoer's finger and comforted her. Qiaoer, don't be afraid. Qiaoer, don't be afraid. Whoa, Father, it hurts. The lobster was pulled off, but unfortunately, the large clamp still cut Zhu Qiaoer's finger. At this moment, there was a lot of blood. What, Dainiu, look at you. Why are you so strong? Why are you so strong? You cut Qiaoer's hand. Madame Chi hurriedly scolded. Because of the cut on her finger, Zhu Qiaoer cried even louder. Qiaoer, be good. Don't cry. Mother will find a piece of cloth and wrap it for you. Chapter 755. When Zhao Yuner and Mulan heard the situation, they hurried over to take a look, worried that something had really happened to Zhu Qiaoer. When they went over, they saw that the clasp on Zhu Qiaoer's hand was not small. They sighed slightly. This child was really pitiful. Speaking of which, it was Zhu Dainiu's method that was wrong. How could she tear it off so forcefully? It was easy to hurt her hand this way. If she had pried open the lobster's clasp, it wouldn't have been a big deal. After Madame Qi rushed out of the house, she hurriedly bandaged Zhu Qiaoer's hand with a white cloth, not forgetting to scold Zhu Qiaoer. You wretched girl, didn't I tell you not to play? Look, now you've got your hand clamped. Sigh, you deserve it. Although she said that, Qiaoer was still her child, and Madame Qi's heart still ached for her. Zhu Dainiu glared at Madame Qi unhappily. You're really good at hindsight. What's the point of saying this now? Qiaoer's hand was clamped. I haven't seen you all day, and I don't know where you went. If you were by Qiaoer's side just now, would Qiaoer's hand have been clamped? Zhu Dainiu scolded very fiercely. He threw a few words right in his face. Madame Qi only felt wronged. She pursed her lips and said to Zhu Dainiu, Dainiu, I just went to the latrine to poop. There are so many things going on at home. Who would keep an eye on this wretched girl for no reason? Zhu Dainiu glared at Madame Qi. You're still talking. Poop, poop, you only know how to poop all day. Let's see if you'll get hemorrhoids later. When Zhu Dainiu said that, Madame Qi pursed her lips. Dainiu, how did you know that I have hemorrhoids? Zhao Yin'er heard from the side and couldn't help but burst out laughing. This Madame Qi was really a freaking weirdo. But this woman, wasn't she gluttonous? She would let her eat more lobsters later. She had to put the chili pepper inside. The more she ate, the more her hemorrhoids would hurt. If he let her suffer a little, she probably wouldn't ask for food anymore. There was a trace of sympathy in Mulan's eyes. This hemorrhoid was very serious. She didn't know how her sister-in-law got hemorrhoid when she was fine. She was so pitiful. Whenever he looked back, his chrysanthemum would hurt from time to time. Thinking about it, it was really quite painful. Mrs. Zhu also heard this. She gloated and said, If you have hemorrhoids, it's God's punishment. Since this woman is so unfilial, we should treat her hemorrhoids. Hearing Mrs. Zhu's words, Madame Qi glared at Mrs. Zhu angrily. You old hag, what are you talking about? Who deserved it? Tell me clearly. Mrs. Zhu put her hands on her hips and said, What's wrong with you? He was lazy every day, so he had a lot of feces and urine. Who knew how many times he had gone to the toilet from morning till night? How could he not have hemorrhoids? My Dainiu let you eat too much good food. Look, most people have hemorrhoids. Madame Qi ground her teeth at Mrs. Zhu's scolding. This old hag, how dare she say that about her? Good job. If she didn't teach her a lesson, her surname wouldn't be Qi today. Just as she was about to roll up her sleeves and rush up to teach Mrs. Zhu a lesson, Zhu Dainiu pushed her back and she fell to the ground. Chapter 756. After the previous incident, Zhu Dainiu was no longer as protective of Madame Qi as before. He suddenly understood that it was useless to dote on women. It was more practical to teach them a lesson. After teaching them a lesson, they wouldn't even dare to fart. During this period of time, Madame Zhu had also become cocky. Her son used to protect his wife and she was bullied. Now that her son no longer protected his wife, she dared to go against Madame Qi. After Zhu Dainiu said that, Madame Zhu hurriedly shouted from behind. That's right, eldest son's wife. You should eat less in the future and give the delicious food to the elders, lest you run to the latrine pit every day. Zhu Dainiu nodded. Yes, if I find you eating again, I'll break your legs. Madame Qi pursed her lips and said with a bitter face, Dainiu, I haven't eaten much in the past few days. I'm eating less than before. If I don't eat, our son won't have any milk to drink. If you don't let me eat, our son has to eat. Madame Zhu glared at Madame Qi. You only care about your son. You're always using the excuse that your son doesn't have any milk. If he doesn't have enough milk, can't you mix in some rice soup? Feed him more rice soup and he won't be hungry. Madame Zhu's words cut off Madame Qi's path of retreat. Madame Qi could only grit her teeth in hatred. This damned old woman. She would find a way to torture her later. That old bastard was actually acting like this. This was too much. Zhu Dainiu also said coldly to Madame Qi. Did you hear that? If you do as mother said, eat less. If you don't have enough milk, use rice soup. Madame Qi met Zhu Dania's frightening gaze and could only nod. However, she cursed Madame Zhu a dozen times in her heart. Zhao Yun, listened from the side and shook her head. Uncultured. How scary. How could rice soup compare to milk? Rice soup didn't have much nutrition. She wasn't afraid that the child would get sick from eating too much. Mulan stepped forward and said, "All right, eldest brother, sister-in-law, mother, stop quarreling. We don't even know if Chiao's hand is all right." Mulan's words touched old Madame Zhu's eyebrows again. "You dead woman, you still have the nerve to say that? Bringing these riffraff to our courtyard all day long. If it weren't for them, would Chiao's hand have been bitten by a lobster? What kind of lousy thing is this? Bring it home." As Mrs. Zhu spoke, she glanced at Zhao Yun'er and Daodu. It was obvious that the person Mrs. Zhu was talking about was Zhao Yun'er. Mulan sighed helplessly. "Mother, what are you talking about? The children are here to play with their sons. Doesn't my San'er often go to other houses to play? Besides, who knows if Chiao's would be accidentally caught? You're the only one with a lot of excuses." Mrs. Zhu snorted softly. "I'm an old person and need some peace and quiet. Bringing these people home every day is so noisy that my ears hurt." Mulan's mouth twitched. Her mother-in-law was really hard to reason with. There was no use in arguing with Mrs. Zhu. She had to build a house of her own when she got back. It would be quieter. Zhao Yun'er couldn't stand it any longer. She sneered. "Such a big courtyard doesn't belong to your family. What does bringing people home have to do with you? You like peace and quiet. Aren't you afraid that you'll disturb yourself with your loud voice?" Mrs. Zhu's face paled. She turned to Zhao Yun'er and scolded. "You be *tch, how dare you meddle in my family's affairs? Hurry up and get lost. Don't get in my way." Chapter 757. You. Mrs. Zhu was so angry that she took a few deep breaths. Zhu Daniu tugged at Mrs. Zhu. "That's enough, Mom. What's wrong with a fellow villager coming over to our house to play? Don't say any more." Zhu Daniu really chased Zhao Yun'er away for the sake of his reputation. Later on, Zhao Yun'er would probably say that their family was stingy and that they didn't even let her come over. Who would come to their house to visit in the future? Men were most particular about their reputation. Zhu Daniu still valued this point very much. After Zhu Daniu spoke, Mrs. Zhu finally shut her mouth. Zhao Yun'er was too lazy to be long-winded with Mrs. Zhu. She said to Mulan, "Mulan, let's go and fry the lobsters." "Okay." Mulan nodded. Before frying the lobsters, they had to wash them first. Under Zhao Yun'er's instructions, the children also got busy. In order to prevent the lobsters from catching the children again, Zhao Yun'er first broke off one of the teeth on the lobster's big clamp. This way, they wouldn't be able to catch the children. There were more stains on the lobsters, so they had to be washed properly before eating. First, she took out a basin of water and placed the lobsters in it. Then she took out a brush. She brushed the shell, especially the lobster's tail. There was a lot of dirt accumulated on it. She also pulled out a black stem from the tail. After carefully brushing it, she changed the basin of water and continued to brush it. The children imitated Zhao Yun'er's actions and were very busy. They were very interested in this. After busying for about 20 minutes, the lobsters were finally cleaned. They were clean. "Yun'er, can we fry them now?" Mulan asked. "Yes, we can." Zhao Yun'er picked up the lobsters and rinsed them with water. "Then I'll go and start the fire. Yun'er, you fry them." "All right," Zhao Yun'er replied with a smile. While Mulan was starting the fire, Zhao Yun'er had already cut the ginger and garlic. She placed them aside and waited for the pot to heat up. Zhao Yun'er poured a few spoonfuls of rapeseed oil into the pot. Then she poured the ginger, garlic, and chili pepper into the pot. After stir-frying for a while, she put the lobster into the pot. The smell of chili peppers was very pungent. However, he soon caught a whiff of a peculiar aroma, which was different from the usual aroma of meat. Coupled with the spicy smell, they couldn't help but swallow their saliva when they smelled it. Their appetite was aroused. Madame Qi came over and watched from the side to see how Zhao Yun'er did it. They didn't expect that the food that everyone didn't want to eat could become so delicious after being cooked by Zhao Yun'er. Madame Qi couldn't wait for the lobster to come out of the pot, so that she could have a taste of it. Zhao Yun'er stir-fried the lobsters in the pot. After a while, the shells of the lobsters turned red and looked very flirtatious. Zhao Yun'er stir-fried for 10 minutes. When she saw that it was about time, she began to fill the plates. There were quite a lot of lobsters in the pot. She filled 3 big bowls with them. Mulan sniffed. When she saw the colorful lobsters, she couldn't help but swallow her saliva. Yun'er, the lobsters you made are so fragrant. I can't help but want to eat it while sitting by the fire. I wonder how it tastes. Is it better than meat? Zhao Yun'er smiled. Sister-in-law Mulan, come over and try it. You'll know. Yes, yes. Mulan nodded. Just as she was about to eat one, Madame Qi squeezed over and said with a smile, I'll try it first, I'll try it first. The smell just now really made me want to die. Chapter 758. Mulan wasn't in a hurry to eat, so she let Madame Qi eat first. Sister-in-law, have a taste. Okay. Madame Qi didn't use chopsticks. She picked up a lobster with her hands and started to bite. Zhao Yun'er looked at Madame Qi with some disgust. It wasn't that Madame Qi's way of eating was wrong. After all, when she was in the 21st century, she used to eat crayfish with her hands. But Madame Qi's hands, she remembered that she hadn't washed her hands after coming back from the latrine. She didn't know how she was able to grab food with her filthy hands and eat it. This was the first time she saw such an unhygienic woman. It was also the first time someone made Zhao Yun'er feel nauseous. Madame Qi ate a little hurriedly, so she couldn't help but choke. Cough, cough. Madame Qi coughed. Although the lobster was a little spicy, it was indeed very tasty, especially the meat on the tail. It tasted very fresh and delicious. Zhao Yun'er, your lobster is really delicious. I've never eaten anything so delicious. It's better than pork. Madame Qi ate. She praised again and again. Madame Qi wasn't exaggerating, and Zhao Yun'er's lobster was indeed the best she had ever eaten. She had eaten meat before, but her family's culinary skills were just so. How could they be as good as Zhao Yun'er's? The spicy taste made her want to continue eating, but she always felt that she couldn't have enough. After Madame Qi finished one, she grabbed another one with her dirty hands and continued to eat. Zhao Yun'er glanced at the bowl of lobster that Madame Qi had grabbed and didn't want to continue eating. Take this bowl of lobster. It's all for you, Zhao Yun'er said and stuffed the lobster into Madame Qi's hands. Madame Qi didn't expect Zhao Yun'er to be so straightforward. She smiled and replied, Hee hee Zhao Yun'er, I didn't expect you to be so generous. Zhao Yun'er's mouth twitched. How could she tell that she was generous? Didn't he see the disdain in her eyes? Then I'll leave first. Madame Qi happily carried the lobster out of the house. She had to eat the lobster secretly. Otherwise, she would be nagged by that damned old woman again. In addition, Zhu Danyu probably wouldn't let her eat it. When Zhu Qiaoer saw Mulan coming out, she hurriedly rushed over. Mother, I want to eat too. Looking at her eldest daughter, Madame Qi said unhappily, Eat, 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 you only know how to eat. This is for mother. Go ask your second aunt for it. I'll definitely give it to you. After being reprimanded by Madame Qi, Zhu Qiaoer curled her lips and obediently followed Madame Qi's instructions to ask Mulan for lobsters. Hee hee, now we can have a good meal. Madame Qi hid in the corner and began to eat. Such a big plate could satisfy her cravings. In the kitchen, Mulan sighed. Yun'er, my sister-in-law is like this, don't mind her. Fortunately, this lobster isn't too expensive. If we want to eat it, we can get more back later. Zhao Yun'er nodded. She naturally wouldn't argue with Madame Qi. She snorted softly and said, she still eats like this when she has hemorrhoids. She's not afraid of getting heaty after eating a plate of lobster. She'll be fine after the hemorrhoids ache. Mulan was amused by Zhao Yun. Haha, I knew it. Yun'er, how can you bear to let my sister-in-law eat so much? Chapter 759. Mm. Mulan nodded. She picked up a lobster and put it into her mouth. After tasting it, she choked twice from the spiciness but still ate happily. Yinner, it's so spicy but it's so delicious. Isn't it better to drink with wine? My daimyo will also have something to eat with wine tonight. Yes, it's the best to eat with wine. There's a lot of lobster, so eat as much as you want. You can continue to fry it. Yes. Zhao Yun'er asked Mulan to keep a plate of lobsters, and took the other plate of lobsters out for the children to eat. The children each took a few lobsters, and the whole plate of lobsters was finished. When the children ate, they immediately retracted their tongues from the spiciness, but still continued to eat happily. Even if it's delicious, you can't eat too much, or you'll get heaty, Zhao Yun'er exhorted. The adults were fine, but the children's intestines were more fragile, and if they didn't eat well, they would definitely get sick. Zhao Yun'er didn't want to eat a little lobster and hurt the children's stomachs. Yes, mother, Dao said, and licked his tongue fondly, sucking the soup off his fingers. Zhao Tianfu did the same, and licked the corner of his mouth, looking like he still wanted to eat. Zhao Yun'er couldn't help but shake her head. It seemed that the children were poisoned by the lobsters again, and they would be hungry for more in the future. Let's go back. If you like it, we can continue to eat at night. Yes. Daodu and Zhao Tianfu nodded heavily, and couldn't wait for Zhao Yun'er to go back and fry the lobsters immediately, so that they could continue to eat. After returning to their own courtyard, Mu Lianfeng leaned on the bed and looked outside the door. Father, you're awake? Are you feeling better? Daodu came over and asked Mu Lianfeng softly. When Mu Lianfeng met his son's concerned eyes, a warm feeling rose in his heart. He stroked Daodu's head and said, Daddy is fine. Father, it's good that you're all right. Mother and Daodu still need you. Daddy will always be by your side. Don't worry. Mu Lianfeng's lips curled into a gentle smile. Aha! Daodu smiled sweetly at Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng felt his heart soften. It felt good to have a wife, a son, and a home. Father, Daodu and Mother are cooking. You can eat when you wake up later. Daodu called out. Okay. Mu Lianfeng replied with a smile. With that, Daodu left the house and followed Zhao Yun'er to the kitchen. In the evening, they had an early dinner, and lay on the bed to rest. The next morning, Zhao Yun'er woke up early and began to prepare for the breakfast stall. Zhao Yun'er hadn't been to Yang City for a while, and it felt good to be busy again. This time, Yili was still there, but he looked a lot thinner. Yili was a little excited when he saw Zhao Yun'er coming back. Are you okay? Yili asked, his voice a little hoarse. I'm fine. What's wrong? Zhao Yun'er smiled and replied. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.